Hi, Instagram. I scared myself. Did you see that? What's going on, Instagram? I got you right here. I'm Tori from Daily Blast Live. We have a jam-packed show, but we have an awesome fifth host questions. Two of them, I'm going to get a ton of questions, so don't leave your name out. Are we on YouTube too? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Facebook? What's going on? Tori here from Daily Blast Live. And Periscope. Okay, sorry. Anywho, great show today. We have to go right into this. Guys, 53% of millennials have parents doing what? This is a new study, and we want to hear your thoughts on this. Guess what? It's that 53% of millennials have their parents paying for one or more of their bills. I bet a lot of you actually thought that because that's what's going on in America. I want to know your thoughts on this. So over half of millennials are believing that are having their parents pay for a car insurance, a phone bill, a rent, whatever it is, a health insurance bill. Some parents are paying for more, one or more than that. That's more than half of millennials. At first, you want to judge, right? That's what I do. I'm a judgy person. What are you going to do? Second thing, you're like, you know what? I can understand it. I can understand it. I have so much empathy for people that have gone to college and are going into debt. Then they go to grad school and they go into more debt, and then they come out and they're like, hey mom, how's the basement couch firmness? Because at some point we are out of control. I gave you guys a study 2 days ago that said, how many cities do you think in America you can afford a 2-bedroom apartment that isn't like vermin filled for minimum wage? I'll give you 3 seconds. How many cities can you afford a 2-bedroom apartment with a minimum wage? 0. Not one. The first time in history that no Americans making a minimum wage can afford a 2-bedroom apartment for themselves. So if we're at that level, I am not surprised at all that parents need to help out. Now, remember, the parents, the baby boomers, had a nice rise in the 90s. I mean, things were going well. In the Clinton years, you could make money walking outside, getting your breakfast, there's just money falling out of the sky. And then 2008, that recession hit, that housing crisis, what we call a bubble, popped. And what happens is people crash. So we're starting from a pretty low rate, and it takes a long time for a generation to get back on its feet. And we're still dealing with a job shortage. So I am not judgy about this in the least. I just don't, because you know what? I know people who do it, and I'm not one to cast stones. So I want to know your thoughts on this. I want you to be super honest with me, and let me know what you guys think. 53% of millennials have mom or dad, or mom and mom, or dad and dad, or mom and just dad, pay for one or more of the bills, which I think is fascinating. Stacy Sorber, I'm paying for their phone bills and I'm doing laundry. Stacey. Good for you, Stace. Good mama. The other question we have is super easy, but you guys are going to have a very emotional reaction, so take a breath with me. Cats or dogs? Go! Oh my God, see, people are shouting out already. Now, the reason I ask this is that a new study, and you know we all love studies, from researchers at the University of Salford in Manchester, England, finally put a highly debated question to the test. Dogs are actually smarter than cats. So I know I'm about to get a rampage of comments, but dogs versus cats and why. I got you, boo. And also, why you like dogs versus cats. Now, when I was really lonely, I worked at a cat shelter, but I also train therapy dogs. So I like both, but if I had to choose, I'm a dog person all the way. I'm not gonna lie. So I am more of a dog person. I think they are more reactionary, receptive, cuddly, wanting to be with you. And cats are like, touch me with your eyes. Pet me only with your eyes. It's a good meme going around. So I want to know what you guys think about these topics, and start writing in. Let me know your dog's name, cat's name, what their special trick is. My dog, I'm going to bring in Josie Rose. She's a 3-legged dachshund, and I go like this, hey Fredo, I know it was you. And then I go bang bang. She does this like roll over, and her little like stump leg comes out. It's really classy. We have a good time at my house. A lot of free time. Phil Cohen, I help my parents out. Actually, that's very interesting. So Phil's going the other way. I'm also working 160 hours every 2 weeks in order to help and save, have a little bit of money for myself. Phil, I'm sending you my money tree vibes. Good for you, Phil. I want to know too, this is interesting, are you going the other way? Because at some point, and your parents are in a home, you might be having to take care of them. So would love to hear your thinking. Tammy, I wouldn't ask my parents to pay my bills, but I'm older. My parents are older in their 90s and living in a home. They need to enjoy retirement and not help me out. And I think that's ideal. I mean, obviously that's what we want. But I want NDBL, we're super duper honest. We keep it 100. For a long time, you know me, I always tell you the truth. I was working at that ice cream store, Salt and Straw. I was 35 years old. This was in April of last year, from February to June. And why did I do it? Because it offered every single employee, even part-time work, got health insurance. I also got parental leave, so in case I got pregnant. 3 months, I got really good gender bias training, racism training. So I joined, and my dignity went all the way south because I didn't want to ask my rents for health insurance. Does that mean they weren't helping me out on the side? No, they were, and I'm being super duper honest with you right now. It's not easy to admit that, but I don't lie here, and I want you to tell me the truth, so I'm just being honest. Christopher Brown, hi Tori. No, if the parents can help, it's great. It's tough out there, but as long as it doesn't hurt the parents too much. Great point. I'm not asking my parents who are uncomfortable right now with their financial status. They're very comfortable, but notice this. My parents came from a Zippo. My dad was the bus boy at Yale and was at Davenport and used to bus. He was going to Yale, but he would make money by bussing the tables. And guess who he bussed? You ready for this, Alex? Yeah. George W. Bush, who would be throwing frisbees at night, playing frisbee, and my dad was scrubbing the tables. Then he went to Harvard on a scholarship, law school. My mom taught in inner city kids in Boston, so they made their money and they worked very hard for it, but they're very proud to be able to help me out, and they supported me as an actress and a stand-up, and I'm very lucky because of that. So if you're in the arts, also let me know, because sometimes you do need an extra boost. You need a lot of people helping. Ooh, Miss Pennsylvania 2004 M Frisbee, great name, Instagram. My dog loves to knock on the front door like a human being. If you can get video of that, send it to info@dailyblastlive.com. That's hilarious. My Shih Tzu acts like a human. Christopher Brown says, I've had one cat that I love to death, but dog just put the extra effort. Shout out to my dog, Shadow. What's up, Shadow? Phil Cohen, opening up. They help me with my car repairs, but I'm paying for it. There is a sense of like I'm paying back people, but it's slow. And so I don't want to be like, yeah, I'm just giving all that money back. Like I needed some help. I'm not too proud to say it because I picked a very hard profession that very few people actually make their dream doing. I'm poo, knock on wood, doing that. But I had to get support from a family that believed in the I'm back, baby! What's going on? So a lot of dog people writing in. I need the cat lovers to write in, guys, because I'm getting a lot more.
There aren't any.
Oh, Smurf said there aren't any. Guys, now you have a challenge. She threw a glove across your face. Give me your cat lovers. I need the names, and if your cat does anything very special, don't worry, I'm back. I know you guys are like, what happened? Singing Mary, my mom has passed on, but my dad is 94 years and still going strong. Good for him. He has limited financial capabilities at this point, so now my siblings and I are taking care of my dad. It's the least we can do. And I think that's true. If you're helping out your parents and they're in the home or older, isn't that a sense of pride that you can help out since they've helped you so much? Mom, very exciting. Oh my God, Joni Asora, my cat just had 4 kittens last night, yay! I suggest you name them Tori, Jeff, Al, and Sam, and Erica could be the mommy. Let me know if you have names or you need them to come up with that. Catherine Henry writing in, family is supposed to be supportive whenever and however they can. We all have needed help at one point or another. Pay it forward, happy to do so. Wow, what a beautiful open way of saying that. That was a really great way of saying that.
Okay.
I opened them, yeah, come on in. I was open, Dre knows, 35. I worked at that ice cream store because it had health insurance, but was my dad and mom helping me out? Yeah, I'll be super honest with you. I was trying to be a stand-up comic. There's not a lot of rich stand-up comics around, just bucket loads of them, you know? So I was 35 getting help, so I don't judge a soul if any of you are getting help. But if you're giving help, I think that's a tremendous thing. People are saying they still love their dogs more. Cats or dogs, Dre?
Dogs.
Why?
Dogs are more companionable, I feel like. Like, yesterday we took our dogs to the park, whereas, like, you can't take cats to the park that easily. Some cats do, not saying they don't, but, like, I like enjoying my dogs and being around them.
So look, guys, we have gone dog, dog, dog here. Is there a cat person?
Corinne's a cat person.
Corinne's a cat person. Name the kittens Tori, Erica, Jeff, and Ebony. That's so good. 2 cats play in my wallet. That's very good. By the way, who is Trent Reznor? We are talking about Trent Reznor. He is the lead singer of 9 Inch Nails, a very outspoken political activist. He is calling out Taylor Swift. And this is interesting because Taylor Swift has not made a stand on just about anything. And I'm a Swift fan. I love Taylor Swift. I went to her concert. But here's the deal. She is very famous for being safe. She doesn't say anything. She plays it safe. And in the past 5 days, when children have been taken away from their parents, most celebrities have made a stand. Her past 3 videos in 5 days, cat videos. She's pointing to a cat at her concert. One of hers in Ireland and another is her just with her cat. So I see you, Chris. So let me know what you guys think. We're about to get started. Cats versus dogs. Cats, you gotta step it up. Bye, guys. Today on Daily Blast Live, the border crisis continues to dominate headlines. We separate fact from fiction. Plus, stalled spin-offs in the Star Wars franchise. Have we finally had enough of the iconic series? And we love their love. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill share 2 secrets to love and marriage. Daily Blast Live starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, June 21st. Let's get right into it because we have a lot to talk about. We are live, and right now, First Lady Melania Trump is in McAllen, Texas. She's touring a Border Patrol intake center and a facility that's holding about 60 migrant children. And she's asking a lot of questions, like this one.
I want to thank you for your hard work, your compassion, and I also like to ask you how I can help to these children to reunite with their families as quickly as possible.
Kudos to her. This after President Trump signed an executive order yesterday to stop separating immigrant children from their parents. And since we've been covering the story, we've heard more from you, our viewers, than ever before. And let me tell you, we are listening. So today, we're helping you understand the facts as we know them about this executive order. So first and foremost, new families crossing the border illegally will be detained together for at least 20 days. Second, the executive order does not apply to the 2,300 kids already separated from their families. And third, the zero tolerance policy for entering the U.S. illegally is still in effect. And number 4, the executive order is a stopgap fix until Congress and the courts can decide on a longer-term solution. And I think that was really important to say, not only for our viewers, you guys had a lot of questions, but I personally was confused. I know that you and I had that discussion, and what we did here at DBL is our producers or attorneys very carefully looked through that executive order, and those are the facts.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a jumping off point. Jeff, I'm gonna channel my inner Jeff. I'm gonna look for the positive here. There's some things that worry me, but I'm just going for, I mean, Erica, you're looking at me. Is this enough?
I think that what we really need to make clear is that we need to be on the same page. The best way to be on the same page is to look at what we're looking at right now. It's the facts. The facts don't defer. What defers are our opinions and interpretation of the facts. So I think that it's really important that we concentrate on the facts, and those are the 4 facts as we know them today.
As we know them today. I think that's important. What the future entails, we're a daily show, we're live, we will always keep you abreast on what the facts are, how they change, and then we will go from there. But I will say that seeing Melania Trump advocating for those 2,400 children that are currently, 2,300 children, thank you, Jeff, that are currently longing for their parents, I'm glad that she, along with a lot of other people out there, are advocating for them to be reunited. So hopefully we see that.
The only thing I'd like to see next is just a plan. A plan does everything for me, and you execute it step by step, and I'm fine, but I need to see a plan.
The next couple of days and weeks will be important, to say the least.
And we want to see those children reunited with their parents. All right, when the national conversation is all about a topic like this, do celebrities have a responsibility to speak out? That's what we're talking about after 9 Inch Nails frontman Trent Reznor called out the Taylor Swifts of the world, saying they're keeping quiet to protect their brands. A review of Taylor's recent Instagram post revealed the mega singer has not weighed in on the current situation on the border, but she did share, this adorable cat video. It's her own cat, and also, she showed a video of her recent concert in Ireland. So before we discuss, what's your take, DBL Nation? Vote now at dailybosslive.com. Do you think that celebrities should be giving their opinions on important world events? Please weigh in. We want to hear from you. Jeff, what do you think?
I'm going to go against the grain on this one and say no, I don't think they should. I mean, in today's age we live in social media, I understand it's very impactful what celebrities might say, but I don't care what Taylor Swift's views are on what's going on in politics. I don't care what Dave Matthews or whoever your favorite celebrity is. I don't care what their views are. I take what I see and I formulate my own opinion. I think a lot of people are influenced by their favorite star. I, for one, am not. And it could get you into some trouble. If I had a huge brand like Taylor Swift, you could lose a lot of your followers just by the way that you think. I say keep it business, because that is your business. She's in the business of entertaining. And if you say something wrong, you could get fired. You could lose your job. We've seen what people put on social media, and it has been detrimental to their career.
Yeah, but let's not. Okay, that's a great, fair point. Yeah. Great point. But if Kim Kardashian followed that methodology to protect her brand, then Alice Marie Johnson would still be locked up. So,
right. But that's also her choice. And Kim Kardashian is she's a tastemaker. You know, it's not clear what she does, but she does a whole lot and apparently very well. Taylor Swift is a singer. She should sing. I'm not saying that people who are singers and have political views and share them are wrong, but I'm saying that Trent is wrong for criticizing her. For criticizing her, because what happens if she opens her mouth and he doesn't like what she has to say? And just because people aren't vocal on social media doesn't mean that they aren't proactively making a difference. She could be doing things behind the scenes, and if she did things behind the scenes and was very braggadocious about it, then people would be saying, oh, she just did that for attention.
And we live in such a gotcha culture, Erica, that if you misspeak, if you quote a fact wrong on your website, if you say 1 in every 3 women is incarcerated or something that's erroneous, we live in such a gotcha culture that there will be blogs, there will be people boycotting your concerts, there'll be picketing, and it's not worth it, because this is the culture we've created. If you speak out against anything, they say, you play basketball, Jeff, shut up and dribble. And if you do say something, they're like, why do I want to hear from this athlete? He's not a politician. Why do I need? So it's like we've put these people in a precarious position where they're damned if they do and they're damned if they don't.
All right.
And
I
you feel like they need to use their voice.
Yeah, I disagree. I think that it's a terrible irresponsibility with that many followers. You really can evoke and influence change. That's how the No Hate campaign.
But what if you don't feel like you know enough about the subject?
That's okay. Then believe me, there's definitely some exceptions to the rule. But I would say more oftentimes than not, in this day and age, with such a huge platform on social media, I personally think it's an irresponsibility not to try to influence and evoke change.
Can I just ask real quick?
Yes.
Would it be less responsible or more responsible if you opened your mouth and said something
misinformed?
Exactly.
I agree with you there. I do. I hope that if you open your mouth, you are informed.
Well, what did they say?
And it looks like 60% no. Their job is to entertain. So I hear you. I hear you loud and clear, and I'm definitely on the other side of the stick. Is that a saying? Not
that's definitely not a saying. Can we start keeping track of Sam's misquotes?
But maybe one day you'll make one.
What?
Maybe one day you'll make a term that everyone just gravitates towards.
Highly doubt that.
Jeff, I'm on this side of the stick, all right? So
I'm on your side of the stick, Al.
All right, okay. All right, and this may be a sad day for the galaxy, or in the galaxy for Star Wars fans. I'm so sorry, Stu Magoo. This tweet sent the Star Wars world into hyperdrive yesterday, revealing that plans for future spin-off movies, including the Obi-Wan movie, have been put on hold. That's according to Collider.com. And this comes after Solo, a Star Wars story, saw a less than stellar box office performance, only bringing in $84.4 million on its opening weekend, which is much less than its prior Star Wars film. So I know that sounds like a lot of money, but I think Disney's out about $50 million.
About $50 million, yeah.
Right.
They lost money, and I just wonder, like, you know, the smaller and smaller the character that you try and make a spinoff of, it's just like, we haven't developed that character. I mean, how many people are deeply invested in Han Solo? He was a main character, but he wasn't Luke. He wasn't Leia. So I think they kind of missed that. Maybe they should have gone with Leia first.
I just think too much of a good thing in this situation, you know, and I understand they're making money. Disney bought it out. Everyone wants to see this. But if you give too much of a good thing, you're eventually going to not get the quality that you want.
Almost like if Christmas was every day, it wouldn't feel like Christmas anymore.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Even though it got great reviews in the studio here. Stu loved it, Leo loved it, and I know they're diehards, so I don't know why it didn't do as well.
They should have went to
Too much.
See it twice, and then it would have doubled their money.
Good plan.
All right. You love to laugh, then this Netflix show is for you. Tori Shulman has the story coming in hot.
Ooh, it's piping. Ooh. The 10th season of Jerry Seinfeld's Comedian in Cars Getting Coffee, see, I pulled it together, hits Netflix this summer, and it's as crazy as ever. It's a sure cappuccino yes. Guests include Dave Chappelle, Kate McKinnon, and the late Jerry Lewis. We've got a first look. Take a look.
I'd rather be a brain in a jar talking.
You're like a toy person.
Just go and laugh.
What is the point of this?
Lasagna!
Ricky!
Really?
No.
Killer!
And I'll tell you what, that's why I developed this show.
I was in a coma for 10 days.
But not the last 10 days.
I can't wait to see this. You can stream Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee on Netflix July 6th. I just hope the comics are nice and they don't do a dark roast.
From our resident comic here, what do you think about riding in cars with
I'm excited. I saw Brian Regan. I'm a big fan of his.
I love Brian Regan.
Yes, he came to one of my shows once, and I had to not freak out. He was on tour. He was doing an arena in Cincinnati, and I was at Go Bananas, where I actually recorded my album, and he was there to watch my show.
What?
And I was just like, hey, I have a picture. It's really cool. It's on my Instagram. Yeah, yeah, I'm a big fan of his.
Cool.
He's super clean and hilarious.
Yes. Oh,
every comic loves him.
Oh my gosh, we also love.
We're all on the same side of the stick on that one.
Yes.
Still ahead on Daily Blast Live, a developing story out of this world. Incredible images from Mars. Ooh, I can't wait. Also coming up, Tim McGraw and Faith Hill reveal the 3 activities that they do regularly to keep their marriage healthy. And speaking of pro tips, we've got the one thing you can do right now to raise the value of your home by $6 grand. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. Millennials need help paying the bills. But should it come from mom and dad? We're sharing your comments next.
Not doing that yet. Hi guys, what's going on? So a lot of you have been writing in. Hi everyone watching YouTube, Facebook. Let me know where you're watching from. We are interesting about a lot of people thinking celebrities should not give their opinions. Tammy Gibson, I don't think the celebrities have to speak out. It's up to them. It's a choice. It's not an obligation. If they want to, they can. She may be doing something behind the scenes. Now, here's the thing about Taylor Swift, and I want to kind of go up here really quick, if that's okay. Erica, let me ask you a quick question.
Yeah.
The thing with Taylor Swift, and I'm a big T Swift fan. Woo woo! I've been to the concert with Kelly Shuby. She's not. But my question is this: Trent Reznor saying she doesn't make a stand on anything. She's been known to be super safe, super vanilla. She did sue that guy for the DJ that you know for putting his hand under her skirt for $1, but it meant a lot. Bye guys. I think that started, even with a little momentum, the idea that a woman doesn't have to stand for that anymore. Do you agree that she took a stand on that side?
Yeah, I think that what she did, I do think that it kind of went into the Me Too movement a little bit.
Right, kind of like...
Yeah, so I mean, she was saying, you know, I'm going to do what's right after, you know, and I commend her for that. I just think it's a slippery slope, especially if someone isn't inclined to do that. You don't necessarily have to help in that way. Not everybody wants to hear your opinions, otherwise there would be a million of this show, or The View, or The Talk. Not everybody is geared that way. Like, you don't, my thing is superficial, but like, if I'm going to get my hair done by you, I'm not going to let you touch my nails, okay?
Oh, that's such a great metaphor.
Like, it's not going to happen. Okay. Because that's not your specialty, and I don't want a mediocre job on something that I can go to somebody and have the best job done.
It's amazing. This is great. So let us know what you guys think. I'll be in the hub. See you later.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Getting a little financial help from mom and dad is now more common than ever. A new study says 53% of millennials have parents paying one or more of their bills. But mom and dad have their own financial burden, saving for retirement. DBL Nation, you are fired up. Should parents keep footing the bill for their kids? Sam Shocker, you got those comments.
Ooh, I do, and I'm fired up as well. Let's get right to your comments, though.
Sam, Christopher writes, if the parents can help, it's great. It's tough out there, but as long as it doesn't hurt the parents too much, I guess he's saying it's fine. Chris, you know, I'm on the border here. I feel like you have to teach financial responsibility, but it is tough, especially, you know, for millennials just getting back from college. So if the parents can do a little bit to ease that burden, but not take it all away, it's like kind of baby stepping into adulthood. If the parents can swing it, I say go for it.
Well, Hugh writes, if we had a few more opportunities, there would be a lot less parents caring for adult children. Yeah, I think we kind of have to make our own opportunities too. I certainly appreciated when I went out and I was hustling and I couldn't make ends meet, and my mother was able to just like slide a little bit something in there. And it wasn't ever very much because there were 4 of us in college.
Just enough to get you through.
Exactly. And so as a result, it does get paid forward because what mama wants, mama gets.
That's right.
Yes. And Catherine says, family is supposed to be supportive whenever and however they can. We all needed help at one point or another. Pay it forward and be happy to do so. I'm on the same page as all you guys. My parents helped me out when they could, and thank you, Mom and Dad, for that. And I think if you can financially help out your child, I think that's a great thing, but you do have to teach them lessons. For instance, now everyone has a cell phone at a young age. You should teach them you need to chip in on this bill if you want this, or if you want to buy these nice clothes, you got to earn it. And by doing that, you got to teach them a financial lesson while doing so. I'm going to help out my son as much as I can, so pay it forward.
And it sounds weird to say, but I feel like you would look at Sophie, Lawson, I look at my children as an investment. Like you've invested in their college education, and even when they get back home, you may pad them a little financially because you believe that they're going to do something with their future.
I also do not want, I'm with you in the sense that I'm on the border and that I want to teach her the school of hustle. And I think if you have a safety net, you don't hustle as hard. But I do want to also be there to a degree. I think it's just a balancing act.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
my parents were there enough to keep me off the pole.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at this moment.
Right now, an epic dust storm on Mars is covering the entire planet, and NASA is giving us an up-close view of the global weather event. Thanks to one of the rovers on the ground, we are watching a haze take over Mars. The skies have darkened and given new images a red glow, which is fitting for the red planet.
Wow, that's extraordinary. Is this the largest storm ever on the planet of Mars?
Well, we've been recording it since the 70s, so the largest one recorded was in 2007, and 90% of sunlight was blocked from the surface.
Wow. So it's all dust as opposed to all dust.
Yeah, I'm like, why are we trying to get to this planet again?
Food for that?
It looks like it's sucks up there.
Oh.
Where are the fun planets
Man.
at?
What's vacation for Tori?
Is there a planet that's like all Hawaii? Is there an all Hawaii planet?
Maybe.
Why are we trying to get to the worst planets?
Maybe
I think
we
one's
just
on. Isn't
haven't-
Mercury on fire all the time?
We just haven't found it yet, Al.
Yeah, because they're hiding.
Okay.
It has to be in the Goldilocks zone.
That's right.
Hawaii
Yeah.
planet. I like
All right, changing one small detail on your home could mean a huge boost in value. So Tori Schulman has the story coming in hot.
Yeah, forget the fancy tech upgrades and listen up. Zillow.com released an analysis that shows, get this guys, the color of your front door can boost your home value by around $6,000, okay? So the site analyzed more than 100,000 images of front doors and found that on average, doors that were what color? Black or charcoal gray sold for more than $6,200 over estimates. Apparently, black doors give buyers the impression of seriousness and safety when buying. So DBL Nation, what color is your front door? Maybe time to bring out the paint. Isn't this study adorable?
Boo!
It was fine. I mean, she went for it. She committed.
She committed.
Tori, I liked it.
She delivered. Nobody got my delivered pun? Cool. All right, coming up on Daily West Live, going back to school is never easy, but what about law school? We're shining the spotlight on a 71-year-old who's proving it's never too late to learn. And an awkward moment on national TV when Micah Brzezinski swats fiance Joe Scarborough's hand away. Why isn't she feeling the love, huh? And our Summer Splash series goes wild. Al Jackson channels his inner zookeeper. That's coming up next.
Train, that's it. Train of trending stories. We've landed at the Lex station.
Obviously, I have not had enough coffee yet. Happy Friday, Junior. It's Thursday here. I'm about to give you a real cool story. Amazon Prime just launched Prime Wardrobe, which is a lot like Stitch Fix.
I have Stitch Fix. You guys know that.
Or a lot of other branded clothing lines that let you pick out items, try them on for 7 days, and then send them back if you don't like them. You don't have to pay. So it's for Prime members. It launched today.
I gotta be honest, that's the first word Jason said. This is very smart.
It's real smart. You have to choose at least 3 items and up to 8 items. And you have 7 days to try it on.
I might be doing this in the break, guys. Yeah. I might be, because I don't like shopping. I don't know shopping. Lex is loves the looking and the shopping and the. I don't know. I don't have that. So
I don't grow, so everything I own, this is
just
all
stays.
Very old.
This is all she's getting.
Very old.
Let me know if you'd sign up for Amazon Prime. Do we know the price point?
No.
Okay, so that's something that'd be interesting. We all want to pay attention to.
Yeah.
But let's get back to that. Kelly, Lady in Red.
That was really good. Yeah.
Thank you. What's going on? I'm so sorry.
Interesting technology story. So Facebook is going to fix those blinked photos. So if you've ever taken a photo and you feel like your eye's a little bit too closed, it's just not matching the other people in the frame.
Open it?
It's called Eye in Painting. It's a new AI technology, and what it does is it takes eyes that are open in another photo view and puts it over the blinked eye. The results are incredibly real. A little bit startlingly real because it looks like your eyes were open the entire time.
I'm very scared of this. Kelly's gonna keep going, but I'm running
it's
away.
Really interesting. It has not rolled out for everyone right now. It is in a beta testing phase, but there are some people testing it right now who actually have the access for it. But essentially, you have to have a photo that's lets eyes match the photo that you want to cover, because it's going to look crazy if it's not matching, obviously. But yeah, people have been testing it. Let me see if I can find a photo of where people have been testing it. Yes, I will make this larger. So here are some of the examples, if we can get on that. DBL Nation, let us know what you think about this. Yeah, and write in.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. It's time for this week's Summer Splash with Al Jackson. Al visited the Denver Zoo to be a zookeeper for a day. I can't wait to see this. Check it out.
What's up, DBL Nation? Al Jackson here. Sorry I'm away from my desk, but I'm doing something very important. I had to take the anchor jacket off and put on a very important garment. That's right, Denver Zookeeper for a day. That's right, I made it, y'all. And I'm hanging out. You can hang out like my girl Addie right here. Are these seals or are these sea lions? What are we looking at right now?
These are actually sea lions. So a lot of times people call these guys seals. As you're looking at Lucy, some of the ways to tell her apart from our seals that we have is actually her coat color. If you look at her, she's spinning around, she's showing off that really nice, pretty brown coat. That's what all of our sea lions are gonna look like.
Lucy looks like me watching football right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
How old is Lucy?
Just had her 17th birthday. Sea lions are born around the same week every single year, so about mid-June.
They're not called tricks. What is she doing right now?
So what she's actually doing are called behaviors. So everything that we do with Lucy, she has a choice if she wants to do them or not.
Lucy, do you watch Daily Blast Live? Can we get a yes? I think that was a no. Am I your favorite host on the show? That was definitely a yes. How often does she eat?
She actually eats all day.
So she's like a college student?
Yes.
Lucy, we're hanging out this weekend. All right, see you later.
More Summer Splash at the zoo. You don't want to miss that. We are live and covering the stories you're talking about in real time. Happy birthday, Daddy! Prince William talks street cred with his kids on the day he turns 36. And here at Daily Blast Live, we love your viral videos like this one. More than 160,000 views of a lovable dad playing with his kid. All fun and games until the baby spits up all over his face. We'll be right back. Get that cleaned up, Papa. Get that cleaned up.
Hey guys, Kelly Schubert with the digital team. I'm waiting for Tori here. Tori, I've got a really awesome story. So we always hear about Lyft and the things they're trying to do to make things easier for people around the country. Well, now they're teaming up with the American Cancer Society so they can give rides to people who are going to and from cancer appointments. So they're trying to make it easier on people who, I know, it's a great story. They're just trying to make it easier on people who are suffering this awful disease and may need a ride somewhere, may need someone to take them.
So my mom gets an infusion every week.
Yeah,
and exactly. At NIH, and she would throw up because it was placenta-based. It's a long story. Anywho, she couldn't drive, and I couldn't drive, so we had to get a driver, and it was expensive. And for Lyft to do this, I've said this again and again. Today, if your brand doesn't have a sort of viewpoint, if it doesn't have a moral compass, it doesn't feel like it's fulfilling. So Uber has its own, but Lyft has become this very progressive, sort of in need, we're there for you. Remember when there was the Muslim ban at the airport, Lyft gave free rides to any attorneys that needed to come. That gives you a sense of who they are as a company.
Yeah, the kids from Parkland, when they wanted to go up to march in DC, Lyft
they
gave
got
them
free rides. So this is cancer patients going to and from chemo. I can't think of anybody that deserves this more. Lyft, a big high five to you. This is a huge step. And I have to say, even if it's done for advertising and for marketing, you did a good job. And somebody out there who can't get to chemo is going to really appreciate that.
Yep. So I want to let you know it's only available in LA right now, but it's immediately available. Then it will be in Las Vegas, Miami, Atlanta, Cincinnati, Denver, Houston, Philadelphia, and St. Louis. And if that goes well, they're going to expand it to the whole country.
That's incredible.
It's a really good thing,
That's
and
a great
they're teaming up with the American Cancer Society to do it, so it's huge.
And here's the deal. Taking an app off your phone is a big deal. It takes a lot, you know? And I took Uber off because of stuff that Lyft's
I'm a huge Uber fan, but I'm going to start taking Lyft.
Isn't this interesting?
Yep.
All right, let us know what you guys think.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Ruth was born without arms and thought she'd never ride a bike. But now, a surprise has her cruising again. This girl with no arms is enjoying new freedom thanks to a special gift. Ruth Evelyn Prank was born without arms. For the most part, she's learned to adapt. But some things still elude her. For a long time, she wanted to ride a bike with her friends. Her local children's hospital got wind of her wish and made her a special device that lets her steer a bike without using arms.
I was like, wow, my bike was like amazing. Like, and I just wanted that adaptive like shoulder turning thing because like it helps like without arms I can steer.
RE and her mom were surprised and elated with the gift.
I didn't think she'd be able to ride a bike, a regular bike, without somebody hanging onto the handlebars for her.
As thanks, RE served as an ambassador for the hospital's 5K run. She wanted to give back to the team that helped her and inspire others with her newfound mobility.
It just feels great to me that I get to help friends, and it fills my heart. Yay! This is fun! Yay!
Wow. What an amazing story. If you're leaving us right now, you can still watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Here's what's coming up next on Daily Blast Live.
A country power couple tells all. Faith Hill and Tim McGraw reveal the secrets to their love. 36 looks great on you, Prince William. On his birthday, the future king reveals how he stays cool for his kids. And the DBL Summer Splash goes to the zoo.
What's your favorite animal?
Giraffes.
Why, it's the perfect place for kids during the summer break. More Daily Blast Live coming up next. Announcement, I want to let the hosts know, just so you guys know, they're very busy researching and doing stuff. But we have a new segment coming up. I wanted to let you guys know. I don't know if you're aware of it yet. It is called...
He's still connected.
I do, but it sounds really distant and low.
It's a segment, platform. It's a new platform. It's called IGTV, and we set it up in the triangle room.
Really distant and low.
And it's going to be
I know
our
you're
online
talking,
social media hub.
but
So Jason has a couch, we've got stuff put up, so we're all going to be able to chill out there and be on Instagram TV with all of you. So IGTV, they seem really busy, so I'm going to walk over here. I hate when they just ignore me. So guys, what's going on? Anyway, Jason.
I'm not trying to ignore you.
I'm kidding. Don't worry about it. IGTV.
I definitely was.
I know. IGTV will have a couch. We'll have really cool, it's more like a relaxed, casual place that we all can hang out together and just chat and play some games and have a really fun time. Jason did it, so you know it's so good. Is someone booing me? Oh, no, it's an air thing. Okay. Wow. I was like, it's coming to my general direction. All right, okay. So if you guys are interested, it's called IGTV. It'll be on Instagram, correct?
Yep,
original content. So if you guys haven't followed Daily Blast Live on Instagram, make sure you do so. We also got a very important note to Erica. Yes. People like your dress. Do you mind if we share where it's from?
It's Rent the Runway.
Yay! And do we know who it is? This is what we do every time. We just... I'll find out. There's like 50 people asking. Does she look good in pink? It's like a nice millennial thing. We'll find out during the break. Bye, guys.
And when we say the break.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Let's get started. We are live, and Kelly Schuberth has news at this moment. Kelly.
Yeah, Sam, a new Time magazine cover just released has a lot of people talking today. Let's take a look. As you can see, it shows President Trump with the crying little girl from that viral photo taken at the border, and it has the text, "Welcome to America." The cover is for the July 2nd edition of the magazine, and it will hit newsstands the week of Independence Day. Sam?
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that last night. It's a powerful image.
Very powerful.
I don't know. I don't know how badly. I mean, I think this country's split. I think some people look at that photo and be like, "Yeah, welcome to the new America."
It was also printed, I'm guessing, before he signed that order.
Yes.
Right, but to the point of that little girl still is yet to be reunited with her family.
Right.
So.
Right.
get it.
It speaks volumes.
It speaks volumes, and we do have to those who believe that the executive order was important, we just have to follow through and make sure that the 2,300 plus
right.
children are reunited with their parents, and yeah, there's still people suffering out there. All right, well, today is Prince William's 36th birthday. Of course, we still love these iconic pictures of the day Princess Diana introduced him to the world. Wow. But now that he's a dad himself, William is speaking out about something every parent can relate to, trying to win the admiration of your kid. This morning, he spoke at a charity rehabilitation center about how he managed it.
I've been the patron of the DNRC for 4 years, and I've enjoyed every single moment of it. Along the way, I have demolished a building. George was at an age at the time that he loved seeing the digger in action, so it did my street cred as a father the world of good.
Okay, Al, you have 3 old, I feel like Lawson and Sophie, a little too young, right? To try, maybe we're embarrassing them, I don't know, but what are you doing to impress your kids?
Well, I'm a big live events kind of guy. Like, I took my son, we had courtside seats for the Clippers game in LA, and we were like halfway through the first quarter. My son looked at me, he's like, Dad, and I was like, I thought we were about to have a moment. He was like, can we go? Like kids don't, like, whatever you think as a parent is gonna get you like, well, now I'm here, like, Daddy's on TV, and just click. Like, he doesn't, like, they don't care. You are not gonna be cool to your parents. You know, they'll love you, and you'll have this relationship with, like, your kids. They're never gonna, they'll admire you and they'll love you, but, like, they wanna play with their friends.
Is there anything that you look forward to doing with Lawson that you think will impress him?
No, I mean, I'm sure there's a million things in my head, probably none in his. You know what I mean? I'm going to be that dad, though, that, like, I'm going to be embarrassing. I hope not too much. I hope not to a point where he despises me.
Erica? I think there's a point where it's almost like you're trying too hard, because I had this moment that kind of made me happy and kind of broke my heart at the same time, because I'm so far away from my nieces and nephews, and I was home last weekend, and my sister made a point of trying to say, like, who's your favorite? And I see my nieces and nephews so little, and my niece points to me, and they were all like, what? Yeah. She's not even around. And I'm like, well, because you know, when I am around, she gets excited because she's not used to seeing me, where you guys are like,
exactly,
old hat, you know?
Distance makes the heart grow fonder.
That's right.
Yeah, see, I got that one right.
That was a great saying.
Yes.
All right. Actress
You were on the right side of the stick.
Yeah, you were.
Actress Amy Adams is feeling the love today after she revealed in an interview that she refused to accept when she refused to accept work. She refused to accept when her stand-in was being treated disrespectfully. Good for her. This is something we've all been through. When we see someone else getting treated badly at work, and when we have or have not chosen to speak up. First of all, kudos to her, because it does take a lot of bravery. It's easier said than done when you're in that position, when people are surrounding you, or whether or not you do it privately or publicly. For her to do that, I think, speaks volumes, because you're always worried to some degree, will this cost me, right?
And it might.
Right. Yes.
I've worked in places where I've stood up for people and it's cost me. I think we've all seen that. So but I think the worst in having it cost you is going home knowing you did nothing. Seeing somebody get verbally bullied, being intimidated, whether it's communicated or just implied that, like, if you go against the boss, you'll suffer consequences. I mean, if you stand up for yourself, even if you lose that job, you'll walk away with your dignity.
Yeah, you can look at yourself in the mirror at the end of the day. You can go to bed feeling good about yourself.
Well, mob mentality is a very powerful thing. So anytime that you go against the grain, it's going to take some level of gumption. But I always think, am I going to be able to sleep at night? Because I want to sleep. And so that's how I operate my life.
It's good, yeah. All right, and what's the secret to a long and happy marriage? Well, Faith Hill and Tim McGraw are sharing their tips with People in the July issue, and they say that prayer, date nights, and plenty of alone time are the keys to their 21 years of marriage. All right, so before we dive into it, what about you, DBL Nation? What's the best way to keep the magic in a long-term relationship? We want to hear from you. And then also write us in. I would love to read some of your tips. I'm all about it. What do you and Jordan do that you feel makes your relationship successful?
I think date night is probably the biggest one. Right now, unfortunately, it's family night, but I acknowledge that I need to make more time for date night and us. But right now, she's pregnant. I'm making excuses. I shouldn't. I should just have more date nights. And I think that prayer for them is, you might believe in what you believe in, but I think having something that's bigger than you to look forward to, that you guys could both agree on, is a good thing. So no matter what that is, find a thing that's bigger than both of you and focus on that.
Erica?
Pep rallies.
What do you mean?
Yeah, Anthony and I have pep rallies where, like, if one of us is going through something, we're not processing it, like, I'll get in his face and, like, I don't think you know who the bleep you are.
That's
and
amazing.
like you just go and we just like get really pumped. It's kind of likened to like a tunnel before you run out into the field, and we just do it and we get really riled up. And
Can I just say this? And this is going to piggyback on what Erica's saying. Erica and I hung out last week, and she told me, you said something I'll never forget. You said when you got this job at DBL and you told Anthony, and he wasn't that surprised. He was like, yeah, I knew you were amazing. He was like, that's what I do. He's like, I take things that have value and I increase it. And I thought that was the coolest thing to say. But I was like, that was so cool to say about your wife. But like, just like, yeah, like Anthony and Erica are really just like, they really do just pump each other. This is not just for TV. That's how they live their life, and that's why this is successful.
Erica,
love you guys.
I like you so much. I love it.
I knew that was coming. It's okay. It's okay. Rallies. I'm writing that one down. And 40% communication coming from DBL Nation. I agree. Communication is everything. All right, a new boo alert. Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas.
Oh, I thought that was because Tori's coming up. Oh.
Are shacking up.
I love you, Tori.
The star of Quantico and the pop singer are moving in together after only dating a few weeks. Now, we may sound old-fashioned, but isn't that a little soon to move in together?
That's not old-fashioned.
Okay, DBL Nation, when is it appropriate to move in with your significant or insignificant other? I got to go right to Erica because I felt like you have an interesting situation here.
Anthony and I were roommates, so we moved in together before we officially started dating.
Wait, is there air quotes around roommates?
No, we were for real roommates.
Okay.
Yeah, there was like a couple months I didn't see him at all, but yeah, we were roommates.
When did you realize, man, I want this to be more than roommates?
When our life situations changed, he decided to stay in the States for work, and so then we decided that we would try
What was
to,
the
like,
moment, though? There was a moment. Did you walk in this room and go, oh, I thought this was my room?
No,
like,
no. Was he changing it? Sure.
No,
something happened.
The moment was, he's like, I need a vacation. He's like, do you want to go on vacation? And I'm like, okay. And then he's like, okay, well then, like, where should we go? He's like, I think we need to go to Mexico. And I'm like, okay. So we had 2 rooms, or 2 beds, but only one of them was used.
And we got 24% of you say, oh, 39%. Whatever. It's 2018. Okay.
No. Let me tell our DBL Nation, no. It's not what it can't be a week and we live together. Like, that takes, you have a unique situation. I think you give it 6 months.
How about me? I moved in with Jordan before I even knew her for 3 months.
Apparently, I'm old-fashioned.
I don't. Thank you. Jeez.
Whoa, did you get that one from Tori?
I do hang out with Tori a lot. Osmosis.
We'll fix that.
Yeah. Okay. I love you, Tori. Today is National Selfie Day, and McDonald's is celebrating in a strange way. Tori Shulman has that trendy story coming in hot.
That's true. Yes, in honor of National Selfie Day, McDonald's is giving away, are you guys ready? The Fryless. It's a golden stylus for your smartphone that looks just like a French fry. Okay, rolling the eyes, waiting for the sarcasm. Okay, you have to buy a McDonald's quarter pounder today in order to get one, but the Fryless is perfect for capturing a selfie if you have greasy fingers after eating your burgers. Well, obviously, we had to get our hands on the Fryless. This is the most ridiculous thing in the world. And 1, 2, click. There we go. How American, a selfie with McDonald's. Happy National Selfie Day.
Thanks, Tori.
Who wants a fry you can't eat?
That's a good point.
Yeah. And McDonald's has the best fries, hands down.
They really.
No argument.
Nope.
Yes.
In and
Fast
out.
food?
In
No.
and out.
Stop it,
Five
Sam.
guys.
Stop it.
Ooh, we should have a fry-off.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
Fry off.
All right. Fry. Stu's gonna kill it.
Friday.
Yeah.
Now it's time for our top stories of the day. Tori, you have all those. Oh, Erica, you have all the videos that are making DBL Nation smile.
I am now Tori. People around the world are remembering Coco the gorilla with love. She died this week at age 46. The incredible ape changed the way we think about animals after she learned to communicate through sign language and even formed a lifelong bond with the late Robin Williams. We will miss you, Coco. The Prime Minister of New Zealand has just made world history. She's only the second elected leader ever to give birth while in office. She announced the good news on Instagram, of course, telling the world it's a girl. Congratulations to the new parents. And comedian Nick Kroll lived everyone's worst nightmare on last night's Jimmy Kimmel. Watch.
And so I'm like, all right, and I like D him up, I get up, and I'm like, I'm hitting the ground. Oh, I just fully split my pants. I fully just split my pants.
It was better than a toot. You gotta give the funny man credit. He definitely could still laugh even when the joke was on him. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, imagine going back to school later in life. One man did just that. In fact, he went to law school. Why he did it in our DBL Spotlight. And up next, Al Jackson channels his inner zookeeper. Don't miss part 2 of our Summer Splash at the Zoo.
So sorry, here we go. Let's come on in, Sam. Hi guys, we're here with Sam. We wanted to just pay our respects, to be super honest. Coco is a 46-year-old gorilla that was taught sign language and really blended the lines between humans and animals. And we're gonna be playing some videos behind us. You can see that's Coco playing the guitar. Some famous celebrities that have met Coco. We have Flea from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, who he's playing guitar with right now. Mr. Rogers came, and they had really big hugs and kisses to each other. But the best is Robin Williams.
Oh,
and that was a
yes.
really famous one, if you remember.
Yep.
And when they were instructed that Robin Williams had died, they told Coco, and Coco made the tear sign. So it's an incredible story.
That's what's so important, is just to note that gorillas, all different animal species. I mean, pigs alone speak over 400 words. They can understand over 400 words. And it's important to note that Coco, we're almost out of time, but as Tori said, just to learn that just because they're not communicating via our words, they still are sentient beings. They're still feeling, they still have thought, they still have compassion, emotion, and Coco really, by learning sign language, which is incredible, by the way, was a way to show humans that they are feeling what we feel. They just can't, they have no voice.
And if you remember, the famous thing that with the books and the CDs is Coco wanted, this is not sign language, but Coco wanted a kitten. So they finally gave the kitten to Coco, and what did the Coco do? Coco rocked that
cuddled
kitten.
it, rocked it, treated it like its own
baby.
Just wanted some sort of companionship.
That's right.
And
or motherhood, or whatever she felt.
Right, whatever she was feeling.
Right. So,
unbelievable.
And I've done my stand-up act. I've had a Coco the gorilla act joke forever. It's like the mainstay of my act. So I heard today that Coco passed, and I wanted to give my deep respects. That's an animal that really probably saved a lot of other gorillas' lives, a lot of other and gave us animals in general, and gave us an insight into their world. So rest in peace, Coco. We love you.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Our Summer Splash continues with Al Jackson. He visited the Denver Zoo, a great place for kids and families to visit in the summer. I have a yearly membership. Check it out.
Guys, I found some new friends here at the Denver Zoo. What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is the giraffes and the elephants.
Do you know the elephants never forget? Just like you're never gonna forget this awesome interview?
Oh.
Now think about this. What's your favorite animal?
Giraffes.
The giraffe is a very unique animal. First of all, I can see it right there. Do you see it right there? Appreciate you hanging out with me when your favorite person's about 50 feet away. So that means a lot to me. Do you guys come out to the zoo a lot as a family?
Yes, sir.
How many times would you say you come during the summer?
Once every summer.
If you could be any animal besides a giraffe, what would you be?
A monkey.
My boss loves monkeys. What kind of monkey would you be? Would you be a gorilla?
Ape.
Do you want to be king of the jungle?
Yeah.
When the kids go away for a second, what do you love about the zoo?
There's beer. That's the only thing I think of without kids is, you know, enjoying a beverage.
You don't have to explain any further. You had me at beer. All right, we'll find that as soon as this segment's over. What do you like to do here at the zoo?
I like to look at the
giraffe.
Wonderful talk show host?
I like to look at the giraffes and feed them.
Do you want my job and then I can just have your life?
No.
You don't want to interview people?
No.
You just want to be an ape and hang out and ride your dirt bike? Yeah. This kid's got life figured out already at 6. I met sea lions. I met giraffes. I saw an African porcupine. It's the summertime. When you're not watching DBL, you need to be here at the Denver Zoo. That's where I'm going to be.
Yeah,
like this. Sam, you are the biggest zoo ever. You guys go once a week, once every 2 weeks?
We go a lot because Sophie loves it. And I really like the Denver Zoo, too, because they do a lot of conservation. They do a lot of, they have a lot of activism for animals and a lot of open spaces, so.
I've lived here since 2009, and I have never gone to the Denver Zoo.
Wow, you gotta go. It's awesome.
I know. You guys go all the time, and I'm like,
And if you get the Denver Beer Zoo Cup, you get like $3 off your beer if you bring it back.
Yeah, that's true.
I like how no one's mentioned the animals once.
Oh, yeah, there's animals.
Dude, you get a beer and a shot.
There's a baby gorilla right now and the most adorable baby orangutan with hair that's like that. It's so cute. Okay, we are live. Calvin Nueva has news at this moment.
Amy Schumer just launched a new podcast today. It's recorded in her apartment and features her 3 best friends, and they get personal, talking about love, relationships, and politics. It's called 3 Girls, 1 Keith, with special guests appearing each week on Spotify.
All right. Al, important question.
All right.
Do Chip and Joanna Gaines ever slow down?
I think they never slow down. They're just they got their hands in everything.
They have even more in store for us, Al. As you
Yes,
said.
I was worried. I missed them.
The details coming in hot.
I don't think Al knows who they are.
I do. They're the boring couple that gets way too much attention.
That's right. The boring couple that gets way too much attention. That's right. Chip and Joanna just rolled out, another product for their Target line, the Hearth and Hand with Magnolia. The line features everything from desk accessories to knickknacks and leather-bound accents. Here are some of our favorites. Number 1, need a little midweek motivation? This metal wall art is perfect for any office or living room. And get this, it's only $13.
That stinks.
Next is contemporary cage table lamp. Make your home cozy and bright with a little flair. Pick it up for $30.
Ooh.
Okay, Al's giving us some live color commentary. I like that. Finally, something to throw all those extra tax return papers in, and Al's insults. This faux leather storage bin is perfect for all your files or other house clutter. Whether you choose to organize them or not, you can get the bin for $35.
Wow.
Now, you can find them all, the new products at Target, but make sure you wait in line because Al will be there first.
Yes, he will.
Why do we have to live this lie?
What?
They had a light bulb on the desk and oh wow, it's a leather trash can? What am I, a cocaine dealer? What do I need a leather trash can for? That is the most embarrassing. Would you guys grow up and admit that stunk?
We need to get
that
you
stunk.
Got this little sign on your wall.
All right, this isn't Al's rant, okay? Coming up on Daily Blast Live, forget retirement. A 71-year-old decided to go back to law school instead. He reveals why in our DBL Spotlight next.
Yes. So Al is still talking about his hatred for Chip and Joanna, but we got some lovely summertime Brooke. What's going on?
Yeah, Bustle.com, they just posted this story. What? It's saying mac and cheese may be the perfect food according to a new study.
Is the study done by mac and cheese makers?
No, Kraft did not do this study. But you can go to Bustle.com to find the actual study. It links to it. But basically, it's saying they tested a bunch of people, and the people said their brain activity, I guess, lit up a lot more when they were given complex carbs and foods high in fat, which is mac and cheese.
Wow.
Basically.
So it's the perfect food.
It's the perfect food.
I mean,
yeah.
I'd like to hear arguments from it, but let me know. I'm all for it.
Yeah, I don't
mac
know.
and cheese. And I like the kind that sucks like a big, thick liquid that's fake out of the Kraft package. It's very bad for you.
That's bad.
Moving on to, no, Angelica's not.
I was going to ask her.
Well, let me ask you, mac and cheese, are you in favor or no?
I love mac and cheese.
Is there anyone here that isn't a mac and cheese fan? Ira, let's go right on over to Ira. Okay, talk to me. We don't understand this human. Are you real?
I am real.
How do you not like mac and cheese?
It's like a kid's food. It's squishy.
Come
it's
over
like
here, Al.
cheesy. I just don't. I never really.
I knew you. I felt like I knew him too.
Sorry, buddy.
Did you see what I do? I go, are you real?
Don't like mac and cheese. Okay, maybe I'm
What's
the
your
only
favorite food? Quinoa? It's probably quinoa.
Maybe an avocado toast.
Okay.
Whole wheat with
All
a
right.
little
Bye,
bit of,
guys.
you know, oregano.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today we are shining the DBL spotlight on having a successful career at any age. It's a good one. Take a look.
Most of us can't wait for the day that we can kick back and enjoy retirement, but not John Van Buskirk. While in his late 60s, John thought about all the things he wanted to do in his life, and topping his list was going to law school. Now 71 years old, John just graduated law school, and on top of that has 800 hours of pro bono work under his belt. There is no slowing down for John. The new Dallas attorney is just getting started, and wouldn't have it any other way.
John Van Buskirk, I am so honored to have you on. Join us now. John, tell me, why did you apply to the University of North Texas Dallas College of Law when you were at your age?
I had always wanted to go to law school, and UNT Dallas College of Law has a mission to be able to make law accessible to folks who otherwise would not have access to the law.
What was your schedule like while in law school? Were you like a 1L, a 2L, a 3L? Was it normal? What was it like?
I'm not sure anything is normal when you're in law school, but I did 5 internships during law school. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would go to help with the Dallas Volunteer Attorney Program, legal clinics, the pro bono work.
You really did log more than the requirements, hundreds of volunteer hours. Why was this pro bono work important to you, John?
So when we walked in on day one, there was no law review. There were no organizations to join. And it seemed to me like doing some pro bono work would be a very good start. I had one lady come up and hug me 4 times at the law clinic just because I was the first person who had listened to her.
Oh my gosh, wow. That is so touching, because when you know the law, you have power, and so it's amazing that you give that to someone else. What do you tell your friends who are golfing and fishing about why you're not relaxing during your retirement?
I just say different strokes for different folks. If I'm going to get up at 4:30 every day, it's not going to be to go drown worms. I want to be able to go actually accomplish something.
Wow. Any beer pong with anyone? No beer pong?
I don't think I have to answer that question without another attorney present.
You're amazing. So what's next for you, John, with your law degree? Where would you like to go?
My ideal job in law would either be working for public interest law, like with Legal Aid or Catholic Charities or something like that, to, again, just continue making law accessible.
And great job on doing wonderful pro bono work. We need more people like you. Mazel tov. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Wow, way to go. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by this.
I had always wanted to go to law school, and UNT Dallas College of Law has a mission to be able to make law accessible to folks who otherwise would not have access to the law, and that really appealed to me. I did 5 internships during law school, and it seemed to me like doing some pro bono work would be a very good start. And once I got into it, I really was, I guess you'd say, hooked. It was very heartwarming to be able to help folks who normally didn't have access to the law. I had one lady come up and hug me 4 times at the law clinic just because I was the first person who had listened to her.
20 years ago when I came forward, I reported that I was gang raped by 4 men, and the DA told me I didn't have a good case. So given all that information and feeling like I couldn't win the case, I decided to drop the charges. Pledge actually started a year ago as a Set the Expectation pledge, and it just asked coaches to stand in front of the room with their players and say that sexual assault and physical violence is never okay, and that their behavior was attached to their eligibility. The pledge and the campaign, Set the Expectation, kind of grew into this awareness raising campaign, and today it's turning into a nonprofit. Seeing everything that's happening now makes me feel like what I went through was not in vain.
Welcome back to DBL. All right, Jeff, I hear you got a surprise for us.
I do. You remember when the 2-man crew went to the Bacon and Beer Festival?
Yes.
You guys all remember that? And brewed our own beer called Sexy Chocolate?
Yes.
Sexy Chocolate. Take a look.
Hey, you guys want to help us brew some beer?
Yeah.
There's one problem, though.
What?
To brew good beer, you have to have a beard. You want to put the beards on.
All right.
So our mash is done. We've extracted all our sugars. We're going to take this. We're going to get into our boil kettle. We're going to add a bunch of ingredients.
And then in a month, it's going to hit stores near you. Well, Sexy Chocolate spent the last month fermenting.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And here it is.
It's a real beer.
Let's get a close-up on that.
It is delicious.
The 2-man brew. Sexy Chocolate edition.
And we want to thank Beer Fight Club.
Yeah.
They were awesome, and like anybody that wants this beer, especially even if you're not a beer drinker, you're going to like this beer. I
There's
promise.
only 5 gallons of it, though, so you got to go to 816 Brewing and get yours while supplies last.
And I gotta say, I'm not a huge beer drinker. I tried that. It is so good.
All right.
It has like a cinnamon taste.
Sexy Chocolate, everybody.
We have a viewer comment.
Okay.
Congratulations, guys. I know it's a big deal. From Lisa Credos Edgington on Facebook says, start date nights early so your kids know it's normal. Separation anxiety won't happen. 30 years celebrating.
Great tip, Lisa.
All right, Al, you ready to break this down?
All right, I got stumped. I killed the first one, and then the second one, I got stumped.
I haven't looked at it yet, so let's do it.
I haven't looked at this one either, so
All right, here we go.
All right.
KF Water.
Wave. KF Wave.
KF Wave. Man. Boy.
Manners. Wave.
Making. Something making.
Oh.
Making chicken and waffles. Someone's making chicken and waffles.
KFC.
Hello.
Oh, C.
KFC. Man.
KFC. H. Human?
Minus H. It's minus H.
Human?
Yeah, no, it's good. That's what.
Man, KFC is making chicken and waffles.
KFC. Making. Wait, but what's this though? This is the one thing.
Well,
Man.
KFC.
That's very sweet.
That's okay.
Dude, is KFC's making chicken and waffles? What's that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
KFC
is will
his minus the H.
Is
making
chicken and waffles. Nailed it. Minute 22.
Yes.
Boom.
There we go.
We got stumped a little bit
All
with
right.
his.
Is that not right?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, I saw the clock still going.
KFC. Are you gonna get some chicken and waffles at KFC?
You know what? This is a weird thing.
You're a Waffle House guy.
I don't like sweet and savory together.
Have you tried it?
It's been a while, but I don't like honey and then having to taste
See,
the
I
chicken in
thought
my
the
mouth.
same thing till I tried it recently.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm not gonna like this either. And it's the bomb.
Look, a million people can't be wrong. Have you seen chicken and waffle flavored potato chips?
No?
Yes,
Let's
they
get
have
them.
Look at Smurfy's not feeling it.
All right, boom, we nailed it. Two-man crew. Can't do,
Got this.
we do everything.
What can't we do?
Today on Daily Blast Live, the border crisis continues to dominate headlines. We separate fact from fiction. Plus, stalled spin-offs in the Star Wars franchise. Have we finally had enough of the iconic series? And we love their love. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill share 2 secrets to love and marriage. Daily Blast Live starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, June 21st. Let's get right into it because we have a lot to talk about. We are live. And right now, First Lady Melania Trump is in McAllen, Texas. She's touring a Border Patrol intake center and a facility holding about 60 migrant children. And she's asking a lot of questions like this one.
I want to thank you for your hard work, your compassion. And I also like to ask you how I can help to these children to reunite with their families as quickly as possible.
Good for her. This after President Trump signed an executive order yesterday to stop separating immigrant children from their parents. And since we've been covering this story, let me tell you, we've heard more from you, our viewers, than ever before, and we are listening. So today, we're helping you understand the facts as we know them right now about this executive order. So
and really quickly, Sam, can you reiterate that these are facts?
Yes.
These are facts. These are not opinions.
Yep. New families crossing the border illegally will now be detained together for at least 20 days. And because we're live, these facts are being updated in real time. We just heard the Justice Department has asked the courts to make the changes necessary to keep families together in detention longer than 20 days. So thank God for that. And second, the executive order does not apply to the 2,300 kids already separated from their families, but we did just hear from Melania Trump. And third, the zero tolerance policy for entering the U.S. illegally is still in effect. And finally, number four, the executive order is a stopgap fix until Congress and the courts can decide on a longer-term solution. So I know for me personally, I was confused. This definitely helps. I hope this helps clear up some things for you at home. It is confusing, but we here at DBL, we were able to look at that executive order with a fine-tooth comb. Those are the facts. And I'm with Melania Trump. I want to see those 2,300 plus kids reunited with their parents. That should be number one right now.
100%. It's a great move. Melania going down there is phenomenal. I'm really in support of all of this. My biggest concern is the bureaucracy with those 2,300 kids. I live in D.C. It is red tape. It gets to a standstill. So what I want is some extra resources that I hope a bill will come in from Senator Ted Cruz to double the immigration judges, give them some resources, and hopefully start moving the cog in the machine.
Right. And these next couple of days and weeks moving forward are going to be very crucial and very important as we see day by day things are progressing. So that's a good sign.
All right. I think a lot of the problems that we find when we find people going back and forth with each other is that people get their facts from different places. And I hope here at DBL we can be one of the first places that you can come where we're like, these are the facts, whether you like them, whether you hate them, this is what's going on right now. And then we can probably have some positive discussions after that. Even if we disagree on what to do next, at least we have a baseline jumping off point.
Absolutely.
Great point. And when the national conversation is all about a topic like this, do celebrities have a responsibility to speak out? That's what we're talking about after Nine Inch Nails frontman TRENT called out the Taylor Swifts of the world, saying they're keeping quiet to protect their brands. Well, a review of Taylor's recent Instagram post revealed the mega singer has not weighed in on the current situation on the border, but she did share this adorable video of her cat. So what's your take, DBL Nation? Vote now at dailyblastlive.com. Do you want celebrities to give their opinions on important world events? I want to start with you, Tori. What do you think about this?
Surprisingly, I don't think if she wants to talk about it, she shouldn't talk about it. Erica said a great point to me. She goes, when I get my hair done, I don't want the hair person to do my nails. It's great.
That's
I want
great.
Taylor Swift to sing quietly with a guitar about a boyfriend that broke her heart. To be honest, that's what I want.
Jeff?
I'm agreeing with Tori on this one, oddly enough.
Oddly enough.
But I do, you know what?
We're live, but can we record you saying that?
Yeah, we're going to have to get a two-shot of me and Tori. I agree with Tori. But, you know, I don't care. Taylor Swift is an entertainer. I don't care what she has to say. I don't care what Robert De Niro, who's one of my favorite actors, has to say, because I see what's out there and I formulate my own opinion, is what I think a lot of Americans should be doing. It doesn't matter if your favorite singer or actor or celebrity feels one way. You might not feel that way, and especially now in today's age where we live with social media, if you put one wrong fact out there, something incriminating that someone doesn't like, it could be your career.
Think about the Dixie Chicks. Yeah.
And here's my issue. It's like if Taylor Swift wanted to stop doing music and talk about this issue full time, I'm fine with that. If she doesn't want to mention it, I'm fine with that too. My issue is like who is Trent Reznor or me or you or Sam or Tori to tell anybody what they should be talking about? If I call Tori, hey, I haven't seen you tweeting enough about Black Lives Matter, like that's not my place.
Right.
You handle your own, you stay in your own lane.
I agree with you, but I also know that people like Taylor Swift have an enormous responsibility with that platform. Now, I don't think that I or anybody should tell them what to say, but I do look at like someone like Kim Kardashian. If she did not use her platform to free Alice Marie Johnson and fight for prison reform, Alice Marie Johnson would still be locked up.
Yes, but what if Taylor Swift says, I'm using my responsibility, I don't feel knowledgeable enough about it, so that's my responsibility. That's me being responsible, knowing I don't know enough to speak on this.
You have to be informed. If you're going to be an informed voter and use your platform, in my opinion, more power to you. And it looks like we got 70% no. Their job is to entertain. All right, I hear you loud and clear. And this may be the sad day, very sad day actually, in the galaxy for Star Wars fans. This tweet sent the Star Wars world into hyperdrive yesterday, revealing that plans for future spin-off movies, including the Obi-Wan movie, have been put on hold. That's according to Collider.com. This comes after Solo, a Star Wars story, saw a less than stellar box office performance, only bringing in $84.4 million. I know that sounds like a lot for an opening weekend, but it's much less than prior Star Wars films.
Yeah, I have that in my account.
Oh, hey now.
Yeah, they were expecting like 108 and higher for this film.
They lost $50 million.
They sure did. Ron Howard came out and apologized. He tried to do his best. I think we can all agree at some point, there's just, when you have too much of one thing, it's too much. And I think we got to slow down. I'm not even keeping up with the stories. How can I invest in the characters?
It dilutes the excitement. I remember being so excited for the next Star Wars movie to come out. It felt like years would go by till we finally got a new Star Wars.
That's anticipation.
It felt like Christmas Day. There would be lines all the way around the block to the movie theater, at least in my hometown. And now all of a sudden it feels like they're popping up left and right and they're not as special anymore.
I feel like I'm in a galaxy far, far away because I agree with Tori again.
Wow. I would like to see this franchise do something different. I think movies, because they're only, 2 hours, especially Star Wars, 2.5 hours, why don't they do the first kind of Star Wars almost like they do Game of Thrones, like just a 7-part, hour-long series and really develop a storyline?
You mean like a TV series?
Yes.
There's been a Star Wars TV series.
Yes.
There's a TV Star Wars series. Yes. Yeah.
It's in development. All right, so somebody beat me to it. All right. What am I sitting here for? I should be a movie maker.
We have $84 million.
That's right. Well,
exactly. All right. It seems like people can't stop obsessing over Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson, and I guess we can't either. The couple announced their engagement earlier this month, and now Pete is talking about the relationship for the first time. He even showed off one of his tattoos in honor of his fiance, but check out what he said on Jimmy Fallon last night.
It's so funny walking down the street because, like, dudes are walking by and they're like, yeah. Some dude came up to me, he was like, yo, man, you, like, gave me hope. I was like, I didn't know I was that ugly. No, yeah, I'm a lucky.
No, yeah, absolutely.
All right, they've known each other for about, what, a month now?
It's like 2 seconds. I don't know. I love love. I want them to work out. Tattoos. She has a song named Pete. They have a $16 million house they just bought yesterday. Does anyone feel like this is a little manic? Does anyone feel...
My hair color is... I got my hair color done like 4 months ago. It's lasted longer. They've only known each other 4 weeks.
And I'm worried because he has addiction issues, and she came from a really bad breakup with addiction, and I don't want there to be an addiction for each other, and then it crashes.
That's a good point,
That's what I don't want.
Yeah, I just hope their love lasts for eternity.
Okay. It's a tattoo I have that did not work out.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one.
Sam is going to dump that on my head as soon as we go to commercial.
You know I will. All right, if you love to laugh, then this Netflix show is for you. Erica Cobb has the story, and it's coming in hot.
The 10th season of Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee hits Netflix this summer. And it's as crazy as ever. Guests include Dave Chappelle, Kate McKinnon, and the late Jerry Lewis. We've got a first look.
You'd rather be a brain in a jar talking.
You're like a toy person.
Just go and laugh.
What is the point of this?
Lasagna!
Ricky!
Really? No.
Killer!
And I'll tell you what. That's why I developed this show.
I was in a coma for 10 days.
But not the last 10 days.
I personally can't wait to see this, but you can stream Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee on Netflix July 6th.
I love this series. For some reason, when I go on a plane, I end up always watching it. It's so good.
It's great. And
I want you to be on it.
I would like that too. It's like, I'm sure you guys have had this throughout your career. Like, you always have a family member like, Jeff, you should get a show on NBC. Yeah. You're like, oh, I'll just go. Hello, head of NBC. My cousin JT said I should have a show.
My mom called me when Jon Stewart retired. She goes, well, there's a spot for you. Like, yeah, I'll call Jon Stewart.
Yeah, it'd be great. And it really does show how how comics interact. We're sarcastic with each other and have fun and just laugh a lot. So well done on Jerry.
Yeah. Are you guys always sarcastic? Like
yes,
when you meet up with your
entire
comic
time.
friends? Okay.
I will show you the group text. It's unpleasant.
All right, still ahead on DBL, a developing story out of this world. Incredible images from Mars. Also coming up, Tim McGraw and Faith Hill reveal the 3 activities they do regularly to keep their marriage healthy. And speaking of pro tips, we've got the one thing you can do right now to raise the value of your home by $6 grand. That's a lot of money. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. It's the debate of the century. Who's smarter, cats or dogs? We're sharing your comments next.
All right, what's going on, guys?
Do you want to tell you? I don't care if they're listening because I watch Curb Your Enthusiasm almost every night when I go to bed.
Scully's on it,
dude. The episode I put on. First of all, I never go back to the first series. The episode I put on, I'm sitting here, I'm like, oh my God, that dude was in DBL yesterday.
He's
Shaq's doctor.
I know. So
how'd you put that together?
Because, well, my husband's like, tell Jeff he was in Curb.
Really?
Yes.
Wait, how weird is that?
That is weird.
The one episode I put on was him. I was like, that blew, because if he was here, I'd be like, oh my God,
You
were
would
on
have freaked
Curb.
out about that.
I would have liked it a little bit more.
Yeah, I was going to say, Joel McKinnon Miller was here yesterday. I got to interview him, and he plays Scully on Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which is by far my favorite TV comedy
really
ever. And he's such a great guy, but he also is
That's
that...
a big statement. Your favorite
comic.
comic.
Currently, my favorite TV comedy on TV, by far. If you guys watch it, I laugh out loud. So he plays this lazy cop. Andy Samberg writes it, Dan Gore, Michael Schur, people like Parks and Rec, Chelsea Peretti's on it. Great, great cast, and they improv a lot. But he played Shaq's doctor on Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I was like, oh my God, Jeff's gonna freak out.
I know, and then Larry goes up to him because he's a doctor, and he's like, hey, I got this thing on my back. He's like, could you check it out? He's like, make an appointment. And he's like, what do you do for a living? And he goes,
I'm a writer.
And Larry goes, I'm a writer. He goes, why don't you write me a bunch of free stuff for nothing?
And
then when you're in a real hurry. And then Larry just puts his head down and walks away. But I was like, oh my God, we had him on the show. It was, I mean, it's just weird how.
We should try and get Larry David on.
Oh, for
Oh
sure.
my God.
Well,
That I would freak out. Yeah,
so he was also in Big Love. If you guys watched Big Love, he's that guy you always see in movies. So he was a great character actor.
Or on our show.
Or on our show. So who would be the one celebrity? I had mine, Carol Burnett. That you, Barbara Streisand would be mine too. That you would flip out if Bert's like, you got that.
You know, I don't know if I'd freak out with Larry because I feel like I'd have such good conversation with him.
But is that the most excited you'd be?
I'd be very excited because we talk
Mine
about
would be Bill Murray,
the
hands
weirdest
down.
stuff. He'd be a good one.
Bill
But don't
Murray.
you feel like you'd have good conversation with him?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I would still freak out because
Ayanna, thank you.
love him.
What would you do, Al? What would be the one for you?
Ooh, probably like old school, like Stevie Wonder.
Ooh, yeah,
That would
that's
be
good.
like just to be in the presence
But
of
like
like a living
a Robert De Niro, I'd be more scared of.
Yes.
One, because he's Robert De Niro. Two, he doesn't
interview.
talk.
Yeah, he
You
doesn't
know, so
talk
I'd
at
be
all.
like,
Did you see what Jack put on his shirt?
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Sorry, cat people. A new study finds that dogs are smarter than their feline friends. Now, scientists discovered that dogs have 180 million more neurons in their brains than cats. This has caused a real dog and cat fight. But DBL Nation, do you agree that dogs are the smarter species? Sam Shocker has your comments.
Ooh, thank you so much, Erica. Let's get right to your comments.
Oh.
Ellis writes, go ahead.
All right, Ellis says, dogs. I have one lying down on my bed right now hearing the show. First of all, Ellis, thank you. We appreciate you. I'm going to say dogs for a scientific reason. I feel like dogs were bred throughout the years to carry out jobs, hunting dogs, you know, dogs hurting dogs. So they developed their brain because they had a specific task. I think cats really never had that, so they kind of stayed evolutionary. They plateaued.
They plateaued. The cats plateaued. Well, Della says, I've had cats and dogs my entire life, and cats are undoubtedly more intelligent. No question. I don't believe this study at all! Exclamation point. Della, I feel you, but I gotta go with the science on this one. Dogs are genetically made, basically, to be a companion animal for humans, and they will get food from that, and it's become one of the best loving relationships. Although cats are very proud. They're more proud. They're like, pet me with your eyes only.
And you know what's interesting? Because I have cats and a dog.
You both.
When I point to something, my dog baby can look and see where I point to. When I point to the cats, it's just like.
I mean, show me a drug sniffing cat.
All right.
Okay, get that last one.
All right, Christopher says, I have had one cat that I love to death, but dogs just put in that extra effort. Shout out to my dog, Shadow.
Yeah, Shadow.
You know what? I kind of agree. I would agree that dogs are smarter, but I do love me a cat, because when I came in, dogs are always like around. I get it. I'm home. I get it. You know what I mean? But a cat, when I was growing up, I'd be like, Whiskers, what's up? I'd see him like once a week. He'd be like, yeah, buddy. You know what I mean? And then I'd see him again and be like, oh my God, Whiskers is in town.
Cats are pretty cool that way.
It seems like your cat was more of a celebrity sighting when you see it. You're like, oh, is that Whiskers?
And the dog's like, I know. You want to go out. Do actually whatever I want. You know what I mean? It's a little too much.
It is a bit much. All right, we are live. Raquel Villanueva has news at this moment.
Well, right now, an epic dust storm on Mars is covering the entire planet, and NASA is giving us an up-close view of the global weather event. Thanks to one of the rovers on the ground, we are watching a haze take over Mars. The skies have darkened, giving images a red glow, which is pretty fitting for the red planet.
Are any rovers in danger?
Actually, Sam, they are. The one that's giving out the images is powered by nuclear energy, but the other ones are solar powered, and without the sun, they could shut down and maybe never turn on again.
Ooh. Wow.
That's what I was afraid
Why did you ask about the rovers like a 1950s housewife? Are any rovers in danger?
I was nervous because I knew that a lot of them were solar powered.
Yeah, we're trying to get to these planets, and they seem like the worst planet. Like, when are we going to discover the cool planets?
What are we going to do if they shut down and we can't get pictures of dirt anymore?
Ouch. All right. Changing one small detail on your home could actually mean a huge boost in value. So let's get right to Erica Cobb. She has that story coming in hot.
That's right. Forget the fancy tech upgrades and listen up, because Zillow.com released an analysis that shows the color of your front door can boost your home value by around $6,000. The site analyzed more than 100,000 images of front doors and found that, on average, doors that were black or charcoal gray sold for more than $6,200 over estimates. Apparently, black doors give buyers the impression of seriousness and safety when buying. Now, my parents just sold my childhood home, and it had a green door, so apparently that works too. But DBL Nation, what color is your front door? Time to break out the paint.
That's hard.
So you're telling me if you just paint your door black, you could expect $6 grand more?
Black or charcoal gray, you'll get $6,200 above your estimate.
I get it.
Because it looks, I think, like 10 Downing Street. It's very glossy.
I would think it'd be like the red door, like a shiny red door with like a gold knocker.
The red door was very 1990s when feng shui was a big thing. So I think you're right with the black door. It feels very hip, fashion forward, trendy.
I would try it for $6,200.
Right? Do it, right? Easy. Coming up on DBL, going back to school ain't easy. But what about law school? We're shining the spotlight on a 71-year-old who's proving it's never too late to learn. And our summer splash series goes wild. Al Jackson channels his inner zookeeper. That's coming up next.
Hey guys, it's Lexa. I'm here with the digital team giving you the top trending stories during the breaks. Happy Thursday. It's Friday Junior. That's right. We made it. Well, almost. We're almost there. I have a really cool story for you if you're trying to relax today. Happy summer solstice. It's the longest day of the year. Is that right? I feel like that's right. Sunlight? Probably should have researched a little bit more before telling you that. But it is summer solstice today, and I got a cool yoga story for you. So Insider.com is reporting that yoga and meditation could give you an ego boost. Now, normally, Buddhist teachings of yoga tell you to let go of yourself and your sense of ego, and this is saying the opposite. It's saying that you're more egotistic, I guess. That's connected because people are into athleisure, and
I heard about this. I thought this was interesting.
It is interesting. I don't think there's a problem with that, though. Is that a bad thing?
You could become very into your yoga and meditation where it's all about ego, and the point of yoga and meditation in Buddhism is to get out of your ego. So I think there is a sense of like, where's my Lululemons? You know what I mean? Where it's like, okay, we're losing the whole idea here of yoga. So I do think there's some realness to this, because I've seen that happen, especially I was in LA for 10 years.
Oh, I bet that's real.
People are like doing downward yoga, like, what's going on my Instagram? All right, we have Kelly Greggett coming up.
That was quite the voice.
Okay.
Well, I'm upset Tori's walking away because she would love this story, but I'm going to have Kelly and Lex jump in on this because it's just too good to keep to myself. So a Phillies fan was injured by a flying hot dog. She was at a game, and you know they have the, there's a word for it. It's the hot dog shooter.
Yeah, it's like a launcher. You know,
Yeah,
sometimes
it's a
they launch like
launcher.
T-shirts,
Yeah.
but at this place they launch hot dogs.
So at the Phillies stadium, they were launching hot dogs, and a rogue hot dog actually hit a woman in the eye. She does have a bruise from getting hit with a hot dog. She appeared
I'm not trying
on
to
TV.
laugh, but
it's in good fun. You know, she's doing well now. I think
good fun, but she has a black eye.
It's quite the story to hold on to, though. The fact that you were the one
like
that got hit by
launches.
the hot dog. What are the chances? And it's all in good fun. We hope that she has a good, swift recovery from this. But it's a funny story. If you want to see more about it, our Tegna affiliates have it up on their channel.
Apparently it was like duct taped, and so that's why it was like a little harder. And hit
I
on
would
the
say
eye.
a launcher of a hot dog. That's
Okay, her quote was, "I never saw it coming." It's hard.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. It's time for this week's Summer Splash with Al Jackson. Al, I don't know why I did that. Al visited the Denver Zoo to be a zookeeper for a day. Check it out.
What's up, DBL Nation? Al Jackson here. Sorry I'm away from my desk, but I'm doing something very important. I had to take the anchor jacket off and put on a very important garment. That's right, Denver Zookeeper for a day. That's right, I made it, y'all. And I'm hanging out. You can hang out like my girl Addie right here. Are these seals or are these sea lions? What are we looking at right now?
These are actually sea lions. So a lot of times people call these guys seals. As you're looking at Lucy, some of the ways to tell her apart from our seals that we have is actually her coat color. If you look at her, she's spinning around. She's showing off that really nice, pretty brown coat. That's what all of our sea lions are gonna look like.
Lucy looks like me watching football right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
How old is Lucy?
Just had her 17th birthday. Sea lions are born around the same week every single year, so about mid-June.
They're not called tricks. What is she doing right now?
So what she's actually doing are called behaviors. So everything that we do with Lucy, she has a choice if she wants to do them or not.
Lucy, do you watch Daily Blast Live? Can we get a yes? I think that was a no. Am I your favorite host on the show? That was definitely a yes. How often does she eat?
She actually eats all day.
So she's like a college student?
Yes.
Lucy, we're hanging out this weekend. All right, see you later.
Ooh, that was good, Alan. I'm not sea lion. No one. Okay, still ahead. More Summer Splash at the Zoo. You don't want to miss that. We are live and covering the stories you're talking about in real time. Happy birthday, Daddy. Prince William talks street cred with his kids on the day he turns 36. And here at Daily Blast Live, we love your viral videos like this one. More than 160,000 views of a lovable dad playing with his kid. All fun and games until the baby spits up all over his face. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
Hey guys, we aren't verifying the story yet, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention because it's trending everywhere. We're trying to get a story on it. Allegedly, Melania Trump, and I'm just going to show you a quick picture, was wearing this jacket on her way onto the plane to visit at the border, unfortunately. I know this is so stupid that we have to bring this up, but it's trending everywhere, and we are talking about what you're talking about. On the back of it is the words, "I really don't care, do you?" She wore it on the plane. When she got off the plane, she was no longer wearing it. She was wearing a cream military jacket. Everybody's up in arms about it. It is whether or not it was intentional, whether or not they meant anything about it. And her stylist has come forward and said, "We hoped you were speaking about the children and not about her jacket." But it's sort of sparked a firestorm. She's often found hidden messages, or people have found hidden messages in her clothing, her fashion. Now remember, Melania Trump is a model. So clothes are her way of communicating to the world. So some people believe it's intentional. We have no way of knowing if it's intentional. We don't want to say it's intentional. But she was wearing, and we think it's from Zara, a jacket that on the back of it, going to see kids at the border who were detained without their family members, that said, I really don't care, do you? Now, a lot of people, there's a whole thread on Reddit that believes whatever Melania wears is a subliminal message. And it's hard for me not to see it as a message, because when you're a politician, everything you wear is important, and you have to think about it. But so far, this administration has kind of been a little bit more whatever about it. We're speaking like Kirstjen Nielsen going to a Mexican food restaurant, just sort of not putting the two together. So it could have been just a jacket she threw on and had no idea. We just wanted to give you out the opinion. Let us know what you think. Thanks, guys.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Ruth was born without arms and thought she'd never ride a bike. But now a surprise has her cruising again.
This girl with no arms is enjoying new freedom thanks to a special gift. Ruth Evelyn Prank was born without arms. For the most part, she's learned to adapt. But some things still elude her. For a long time, she wanted to ride a bike with her friends. Her local children's hospital got wind of her wish and made her a special device that lets her steer a bike without using arms.
I was like, wow, my bike was like amazing. Like, and I just wanted that adaptive like shoulder turning thing, because like it helps, like without arms I can steer.
RE and her mom were surprised and elated with the gift.
I didn't think she'd be able to ride a bike, a regular bike, without somebody hanging onto the handlebars for her.
As thanks, RE served as an ambassador for the hospital's 5K run. She wanted to give back to the team that helped her and inspire others with her newfound mobility.
It just feels great to me that I get to help friends, and it fills my heart. Yay! This is fun! Yay!
Warms my heart. The fact that she just wanted to inspire others too at such a young age.
Do you remember being on a bike when you were a kid and riding? It felt like your first piece of freedom, that wind in your hair.
Yes.
You're like, I got this.
I remember having
Then I
my
fell
bike
down.
and just thinking that I could go anywhere. I was like, I can go into the city if I want to.
Did you go?
No.
Okay.
I went around the block and came right back. That's good. That was such a cute, great story.
If you're leaving us right now, you can still watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. Here's what's coming up next on Daily Blast Live.
A country power couple tells all. Faith Hill and Tim McGraw reveal the secrets to their love. 36 looks great on you, Prince William. On his birthday, the future king reveals how he stays cool for his kids. And the DBL Summer Splash goes to the zoo.
What's your favorite animal?
Giraffes.
Why, it's the perfect place for kids during the summer break. More Daily Blast Live coming up next. Guys, what's going on? We're talking about famous guests that would have made, wasn't that little girl amazing? What's your favorite memory of riding a bike? Do you have bike memories?
Yeah.
Were you a bike guy?
Yeah, of course. How else did you get around?
I know, isn't that funny?
Yeah.
I don't know if millennials
Did you
these
ever
days
put
have...
like cards, like the cards in the
in
pedals?
yeah.
Yeah, and the spokes.
I was gonna
and then did you have pegs? Like we always had pegs. Like you just jumped on the back, like with your buddy's bike.
No.
Yeah, that's how everyone got around.
Seems like there was like a gang I'm unaware of.
I mean, it's kinda. Well, not a gang, but I mean, look at any movies like from the 80s or 90s. You know, they're all.
Yeah.
You're riding bikes.
Stand By Me, it's the best. So guys, we want to know your favorite movie with bikes in it. Your favorite kid bicycle movie. So think hard. I think Stand By Me might be my favorite. So keep thinking. You guys have one, Rob? It's a good one, right? Al, any bike movies you can think of? Oh, E.T.
Remember the Karate Kid?
The Karate Kid is good.
But he had a bike, but they had motorbikes.
This is super old school. You remember Quicksilver?
Into the night, spotlight. Remember that song was playing
Yeah,
when they were
there's a
chasing
bike
him down?
messenger or something. Yeah, with that was Quicksilver with Kevin Bacon. He was a bike messenger. It's like from the early '80s.
Oh.
It's like Stranger Things.
Rad, yeah.
Stranger Things, that's right.
Yeah, Rad was a good one too.
Jeff, remember Rad?
Rad? Oh yeah,
That was good.
Yeah.
So at the end of this block for the top three trending,
Yeah.
it'll be one shot on
On this on two?
Yeah, on
Got
two.
it.
So,
Sounds
yeah.
good. E.T. Carrie Hill's
Yeah,
ready.
E.T.
I said
Oh my
E.T.
God, that's like the best
With
one.
the bike in the silhouette.
That's the winner.
Oh, it's the best. So
Carrie
guys,
won.
Carrie
Tori
won.
didn't.
I said E.T.
Carrie won.
Okay. Let us know your favorite bike movies.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. We're following the immigration debate minute by minute, and we're tracking your comments, DBL Nation. Now let's get started with a story that everyone is talking about. Kelly Schuberth has the latest with news at this moment.
Yeah, Sam, a new Time magazine cover just released does have a lot of people talking today. Take a look. As you can see, it shows President Trump with the crying little girl from that viral photo taken at the border, and it has the text, "Welcome to America." The cover is for the July 2nd edition of the magazine, and it will hit newsstands the week of Independence Day. Sam?
Thank you, Kelly. It's a powerful image.
Yeah, and Time has done a really nice job with trying to sum it up as almost like a political cartoon. And that red makes you think, stop, you're not coming in, next to the juxtaposition of "Welcome to America."
Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow. All right. And today is Prince William's 36th birthday. Of course, we still love these iconic pictures of the day Princess Diana introduced him to the world. Wow. But now that he's a dad himself, William is speaking out about something every parent can relate to. Trying to win the admiration of your kids. This morning, he spoke at a charity rehabilitation center about how he managed it.
I've been the patron of the DNRC for 4 years, and I've enjoyed every single moment of it. Along the way, I have demolished a building. George was at an age at the time that he loved seeing the digger in action, so did my street cred as a father the world of good.
Street cred.
Can he say that as a royal?
Yeah, it was weird hearing him say.
Wait, how come his wife can't show her shoulders? Not his wife, but...
She can. She just gets some pushback from the people. I think there's no law saying she can't show her shoulders, but she shouldn't get pushback.
At certain events, right? Not always.
She should be able to wear whatever the heck she wants to wear.
She's a princess. She can't wear George.
Follow the royal rules.
It's time to move the royal rules into the 21st century.
And if you notice, Meghan Markle has been wearing right off. She's cutting that line real close.
Yeah.
So interesting. She's trying to push that line a little bit.
Showing a little clavicle?
Yeah, a little clavicle.
A little clavicle.
How dare she?
You have 3 kids.
Yes.
They're at an age where that you could easily try and impress them. So do you?
I really tried. They don't care. I took my son to the Rams Falcons NFC Championship game at the Coliseum last year, and I was at the 50-yard line with my son, and he goes, it's like the second quarter, he goes, when is Snoop Dogg coming? Because Snoop Dogg was performing at halftime. As soon as Snoop was off stage, he was like, all right, we're good here. I was like, there's a second half. Like a 3-point game.
That's
so yeah.
funny.
So what do you know? But it's just time with your kid.
I'm the only one who doesn't have kids. Are you all trying to impress your kids?
I'm looking forward to trying and failing in the future.
Oh, you're
always trying to impress
you.
Sophie.
Really?
I'm like you, because whenever Sophie's around you, you dance in front of her, you sing. So I'm always trying to make her laugh and impress her.
There you go.
Yeah, but wait till the first day. She's like, oh, Mom.
She'll be like, how embarrassing, Mom. Stop. It's okay.
I've heard that from all my friends that are pretty famous comics. They're like, Dad, can you drop me off around the block?
Wow.
They're done with you at like 13, 14. Like it seems like for like 3 years they're kind of done.
Oh no.
All right.
It is a coming.
Actress Amy Adams is feeling the love today after she revealed in an interview that she refused to accept when her stand-in was being treated disrespectfully. This is something we've all been through when we see someone else getting treated badly at work and we have witnessed someone else speak up.
Right.
And many times when you speak up, you do risk perhaps having to face some very dire consequences.
Yeah, silence. I always say silence is compliance. If you really believe something's going wrong, we all talk the talk.
I love that. Say that again.
Silence is compliance.
That's great, Tori.
We talk the talk here a lot, and sometimes there's been issues here or other places where you have to say, am I going to walk the walk or just talk about it? So when you see people being treated unfair, you better walk that walk. It's important.
It is, absolutely. And what's the secret to a long and happy marriage? Don't you want to know? Well, Faith Hill and Tim McGraw are sharing their tips with people in the July issue, and they say that prayer date nights and plenty of alone time are the
leather
keys
cowboy hats
to their 21 years of marriage. And how about you, DBL Nation? What's the best way to keep the magic in a long-term relationship? We want to know. And then also, besides voting here, I would love for you to write in. I want to hear everyone's tips.
Yeah, good idea.
Tori, what about your tips?
We recently, Brooks and I have done Blue Apron, and again, I feel like I'm being sponsored by them, but
you really sound like
I know. I'm like,
it's
so
delicious and affordable.
It's very easy to find. But what it does is, in the kitchen, instead of just ordering and going our separate ways, he's the sous chef, I'm the chef. We put music on, have a glass of wine, we hang out, and it's very romantic. And then we have a nice meal.
What music are you guys listening to?
We listen to Eva Cassidy, some really nice, like jazzy, splashy music.
So fancy.
I know. I sound real weird.
You sound like Homeland.
I know. Okay. Keep it splashy.
And what about you? Any tips you want to share?
I think date night is a huge one. And I definitely, you know, with having Lawson and the new baby, I've kind of taken that for granted. I spend a lot of family time instead of one-on-one time, but I need to do.
What a horrible dad you are. You spend a lot of family time.
No, I need to focus more on,
but you know, your wife is her own mom.
Wanting to get away from that and just being with me.
It's
so
important.
I think that's very important.
Yeah. What do you think, Sam?
Why'd you laugh at that?
I was waiting for you to ask me.
What's yours, Sam? Going to the zoo?
You didn't.
Well,
I feel like she's having an argument with Mark right now.
What's your secret?
I feel like you're having an argument with Mark.
I just would like to.
Well, what's your favorite?
Ask me
also. What's your? Oh wait, hold on. Let's do it again. Sam.
Yes.
What's your tip to having longevity in your marriage?
I think, and I know DBL Nation, one of the things is communication, but honestly with Mark and I, and both of us in the beginning did have trouble communicating. So for us, what has worked for us is really making time to communicate, and that could be at a date night, that could be while you're cooking dinner, but we make time for those moments. So at the end of the day, if we go outside on our little porch swing, that's our moment to communicate, and not always have, and this is something that we both have to work on, not always have to have it all about Sophie, because that's all we want to talk about.
Sam, I was just about to ask you.
That's all we talk about.
You have obviously a beautiful new daughter in your life, and that's your world, and that's Mark's world. So how do you make a conscious effort to make sure that you talk about each other?
We both will remind each other, because we both all we both want to do is talk about Sophie, and then we both have to be like, okay, so how was your day?
Yeah, quick story. When we did marriage boot camp, they gave us marriage tools to use for fighting. So when you were talking about communicating, that was one of our problems. But now they always said, I hear you, but, so always start with that. So now, just because we learned that on the show, so if I'm being too mean or vice versa, I hear you, but, and it kind of puts we both laugh about it. It kind of diffuses the conversation.
But what if you say, I hear you, but you're wrong as usual?
Yeah, right.
But if you,
Look what DBL Nation said. 34% sex.
Hey, DBL Nation, you go.
I don't know why I just
and 33% was communication. So yeah, I get you.
You can communicate through sex.
Yeah, you can. All right, a new.
I'll leave that right there.
Okay. A new boo alert. Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas are shacking up. The star of Quantico and the pop singer, they're moving in together after only a few weeks of dating. Sounds like Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson. Now, we may sound old-fashioned, but isn't that a little too soon to move in together? Well, what do you think, DBL Nation? When is it appropriate to move in with your significant or insignificant other? Am I old-fashioned? I feel like 3 weeks is way too soon. You barely know the person.
Yeah, that's too fast. But I don't. I can look at it the other way. I think if you're looking to make a long-term relationship, let's see first now. You know that you like each other, but can you live with each other?
I agree with Alan.
A lot of it is just being able to live. Hey, did you find out that they throw their clothes on the floor and they take them up instead of hanging up? They leave dirty dishes in the sink. Can you live? Most of this is just being a partner, a domestic partner to somebody. So
I think
maybe
that's
it's never too early.
But is it never too early?
Well, I dated Brooks, and we've known each other as friends for a long time. But as soon as we dated, the first kiss, I said, "I love you." We knew
him.
It's true. So if they've never met before that, 3 weeks seems a little sudden to me. But I would think around.
But I love you on the first kiss doesn't.
Well, we knew each other. We were best friends for 3 years at work. So it was this. We had a really good foundation. But I do feel like you want to be careful because rent right now is very expensive. So I just don't want you to be in the middle of nowhere.
I love you. You want to split the rent?
These bills aren't going to pay themselves. Come on.
Yeah, 4% only after marriage.
Whoa.
Wow.
So you got to test it a little bit, but that's okay. Yeah, absolutely. Do you.
There you go.
And Lisa Marie Presley is fighting back against her former business manager. The only child of Elvis says her accountant squandered her $100 million fortune. Wow, that makes my stomach sick. So this got us talking $100 or $100 million. We've all been ripped off. First of all, my heart breaks for her because it's more than just money. It's the personal legacy of her father. But can you guys relate to any situation, even if it's $100? It's still a lot of money.
I think everyone could. I mean, no one could relate to $100 million, but everyone could relate to being ripped off. And it's my number one.
It's your family though too, but it's your worst.
It's the worst. When people, I don't care if it's a dime.
Yeah.
If someone's stealing from me, I called my phone company one time, and I was battling them out. I was battling my phone company every week. When I moved to Los Angeles, like, you're getting charges from Los Angeles. I'm like, because I live here, and I moved from Chicago. Every week I was like boiling. I had no money. Really quickly, I break down everything. I'm like, why is this on my bill? Why is this? I'm like, what is this 10% other? And they're like, we don't know what that one is. I'm like, well, then take it off my bill right now. And they're like, easy, it's 10 cents. I go, how many customers do you have worldwide? They're like, millions, sir. I'm like, all right, cool. Charge everyone 10 cents and send me that check. And they're like, okay, we'll take it off your bill. I don't care if it's 10 cents or 100 million.
You're right.
I don't know, but she was also living an extravagant lifestyle, and like, let's be honest, she went through that money. She had several homes. I'm not saying she was. You're mismanaging your money if $100 million.
But that's
just take $1 million and put it under the mattress.
Manager. But that's why you hire a business manager to help you.
She got used.
I agree.
She got used and abused. I lost. One time I went to an agency and they said, you need $250 to be in there. And I went and got it out of an ATM, gave them the $250, never heard from them again.
Wow.
Look where I am now, lady.
I know. I bet they wish they still represented you. All right, today is National Selfie Day, and McDonald's is celebrating in a strange way. Erica Cobb has that trending story coming in hot.
Well, strange is subjective, Sam. Yes, in honor of National Selfie Day, McDonald's is giving away the Fryless. It's a golden stylus for your smartphone that looks just like a French fry. You have to buy a McDonald's Quarter Pounder today in order to get one, but the Fryless is perfect for capturing a selfie if you have, greasy fingers after eating your burger and fries. It's functional. Obviously, we had to get our hands on the Fryless, which I've done, so let's take a selfie together, DBL Nation. Whoop. One more time.
Get it, Colin.
Get it, Colin.
This is why I don't do selfies. Okay.
Yay! Happy National Selfie Day.
There you go. That was a good selfie.
I know.
Hopefully that'll stop people from going, are you guys live? We are live.
We are
this
very
is a live show.
Yeah, clearly. Now it's time for our top feel-good stories of the day. Tori, you have all those videos that are making TBL Nation smile.
We are, but first off, rather sad news. People around the world are remembering Coco the gorilla with love. She died this week at age 46. The incredible ape changed the way we think about animals after she learned to communicate through sign language and even formed a lifelong bond with the late Robin Williams. We will miss you, Coco. Now, the Prime Minister of New Zealand has just made world history. She's only the second elected leader ever to give birth while in office.
Yes.
She announced the good news on Instagram, of course, telling the world it's a girl. Congratulations and mazel tov to the new parents. And comedian Nick Kroll lived everyone's worst nightmare on last night's Jimmy Kimmel. Take a look.
And so I'm like, all right, and I like D him up, I get up, and I'm like, I'm hitting the ground. Oh, I just fully split my pants. I fully just split my pants.
That will always be funny to me. You got to give the funny man credit. He definitely could still laugh even when the joke was on him. Yeah, so coming up on Daily Blast Live, imagine going back to school later in life. One man did just that. In fact, he went to law school. Why he did it in our DBL Spotlight. And up next, Al Jackson channels his inner zookeeper. Don't miss part 2 of our summer splash at the zoo.
So, are we doing Coco?
Coco.
Okay, guys. So,
Coco.
I wanted to give you some.
Our Coco. And when we say Coco, it's not. This is Coco.
So, guys, this is our beautiful hairstylist, Coco, with a C. But we wanted to give our love and attention to, of course, Coco the gorilla. At 46, she blended the lives of animals and humans. I did a huge bit in my stand-up about Coco the gorilla. If you didn't know, back in the 80s, do you remember this? Coco wanted a kitten. And they gave Coco the kitten, and it rocked the kitten.
The sign language?
I'm just showing that this is not real sign language. Coco is this. But anyway, there was books and movies and DVDs and all this stuff about Coco the gorilla. gorilla with a kitten. And what it did is it let us, I think it saved a lot of gorillas in the future. It saved a lot of animals in the future.
By fake sign language?
No. I'm just trying to show what she's
I was doing
new.
sign language behind you.
But Coco became famous for meeting celebrities like Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers, which were playing behind us. He played the guitar with Flea. He met with Miss Robin Williams, of course, and tickled Robin Williams. And the day that they told Coco that Robin Williams has died, he signed this. He said, very sad, very sad. So Mr. Rogers, though, was also an amazing person that met Coco and had an amazing time with him. So we just want to wish our best to R.I.P. Coco. You gave a lot of love and a lot of life to gorillas and apes, and you introduced us to the mind of what a gorilla was thinking. So we will miss you. We love you, Coco. Bye, guys.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Our summer splash continues with Al Jackson. He visited the Denver Zoo, a great place for kids and families to visit in the summer. I have a yearly membership. Check it out.
Guys, I found some new friends here at the Denver Zoo. What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is the giraffes and the elephants.
Do you know the elephants never forget? Just like you're never gonna forget this awesome interview?
Oh.
Now think about this. What's your favorite animal?
Giraffes.
The giraffe is a very unique animal. First of all, I can see it right there. Do you see it right there? Appreciate you hanging out with me when your favorite person's about 50 feet away. So that means a lot to me. Do you guys come out to the zoo a lot as a family?
Yes, sir.
How many times would you say you come during the summer?
Once every summer.
If you could be any animal besides a giraffe, what would you be?
A monkey.
My boss loves monkeys. What kind of monkey would you be? Would you be a gorilla?
Ape.
Do you want to be king of the jungle?
Yeah.
When the kids go away for a second, what do you love about the zoo?
There's beer. That's the only thing I think of without kids is, you know, enjoying a beverage.
You don't have to explain any further. You had me at beer. All right, we'll find that as soon as this segment's over. What do you like to do here at the zoo?
I like to look at the giraffes.
Wonderful talk show host?
I like to look at the giraffes and feed them.
Do you want my job and then I can just have your life?
No.
You don't want to interview people?
No.
You just want to be an ape and hang out and ride your dirt bike. This kid's got life figured out already at 6. I met sea lions. I met giraffes. I saw an African porcupine. It's the summertime. When you're not watching DBL, you need to be here at the Denver Zoo. That's where I'm going to be.
Yes, Al.
Yes,
and
obviously we're on in Denver right now. Tonight is due at the zoo.
I can't wait.
Yes, you were telling me about it.
Yep.
So tell everybody exactly what it is.
So we're going to go on Saturday night, and it's supposed to be really fun because it's, well, it's for adults, and I feel weird talking about it.
Why? It's nature.
It is nature. You talk about.
That sounded even creepier.
It's for adults, and they show animals doing it.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Wait, hold on. What?
Yeah.
Where do they show this?
It's true.
At the
No,
zoo.
there's a lot of animals that are mating right now, and that's not the reason.
Wait, what?
Yes.
And if you bring your Denver Zoo cup that you bought there, you get like $3 off your beer.
Okay.
I care more about the mating. Yeah, is it on screens?
Than the beer?
Well, they're just going to allow them to be out and about. And you can
That was a bad description.
All right, we are live. Raquel Villanueva with news at this moment.
Well, right now, Alyssa Milano is offering her home to children separated from families. She wrote a letter to a New York City foster care service, which is housing kids taken during the zero-tolerance immigration policy. Reports say Milano is offering to register with the proper authorities to begin the fostering process and do what she can to find their families. ending it with Mi casa es la casa de ellos. My home is their home.
Wow, that's incredible. Wow, how selfless.
Yeah. Remember, she was a big architect of the Me Too movement by reposting, so she has put her face out there.
She really puts her money where her mouth is.
Absolutely.
She donates a lot too, but she's clearly an activist as well.
Who's the boss now, Tony?
Oh,
Coming up on DBL, forget retirement. A 71-year-old decided to go back to law school instead. He reveals why in our DBL Spotlight next.
It's Angelica and Brooke with the digital team, and we are talking about a fun story that's trending on bustle.com.
Yeah, Bachelorette Blast, that's our thing. This guy just got eliminated this week on Monday. If you want to see the full recap, go to our YouTube page right now. But what's the story about?
So this is hilarious. So Jean Blanc is his name, and he started the season announcing that he was a colonosaur, which me and Brooke thought was pretty funny. We didn't know that's an actual job. And this guy has, what, Brooke,
A ton
of colognes, perfumes, everything.
He collects them.
And on this last episode, he did something for Becca.
Yeah, he actually gave her, was it personalized
customized cologne?
Customized cologne, and it was awkward because he gifted it to her on their one-on-one time, and then after he kind of derailed the whole situation, telling her that he loved her already in episode 4, she freaked out a little bit, and
she sent him home.
She did, but he did say, "What about my gift?" Which was the perfume.
This is hilarious because this just happened Monday night where he gave her clothes, said I love you. She thought that was weird, said bye. And now this news just broke that he came out with his own Bachelorette-themed perfume.
Of course he did. Of course he did. He's got to keep it going.
Yes, and it's called, honestly, I don't know how to pronounce this.
Toujours Rose.
That's
like everyday rose, that means in French.
And the caption says, sometimes you have to revisit your first love to get over a recent heartbreak. Okay, he knew Becca for what, 2 weeks? Come on. But everyone is just talking about this video because it's pretty dramatic. But I don't know, Brooke, do you think this cologne will actually take off?
You know, I don't know. A lot of these Bachelor contestants have their own businesses after, which is great. But this thing, I think he's trying to play on that fame a little too much. I definitely won't be buying this, so I don't know.
Especially, yeah, what happened. Full story on bustle.com.
It was for the Comic-Con.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today we are shining the DBL spotlight on having a successful career at any age. It's a good one. Take a look.
Most of us can't wait for the day that we can kick back and enjoy retirement, but not John Van Buskirk. While in his late 60s, John thought about all the things he wanted to do in his life, and topping his list was going to law school. Now 71 years old, John just graduated law school, and on top of that has 800 hours of pro bono work under his belt. There is no slowing down for John. The new Dallas attorney is just getting started, and wouldn't have it any other way.
John Van Buskirk, I am so honored to have you on. Join us now. John, tell me, why did you apply to the University of North Texas Dallas College of Law when you were at your age?
I had always wanted to go to law school, and UNT Dallas College of Law has a mission to be able to make law accessible to folks who otherwise would not have access to the law.
What was your schedule like while in law school? Were you like a 1L, a 2L, a 3L? Was it normal? What was it like?
I'm not sure anything is normal when you're in law school, but I did 5 internships during law school. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would go to help with the Dallas Volunteer Attorney Program, legal clinics, the pro bono work.
You really did log more than the requirements, hundreds of volunteer hours. Why was this pro bono work important to you, John?
So when we walked in on day 1, there was no law review. There were no organizations to join. And it seemed to me like doing some pro bono work would be a very good start. I had one lady come up and hug me 4 times at the law clinic just because I was the first person who had listened to her.
Oh my gosh, wow. That is so touching, because when you know the law, you have power, and so it's amazing that you give that to someone else. What do you tell your friends who are golfing and fishing about why you're not relaxing during your retirement?
I just say different strokes for different folks. If I'm going to get up at 4:30 every day, it's not going to be to go drown worms. I want to be able to go actually accomplish something.
Wow, any beer pong with anyone? No beer pong?
I don't think I have to answer that question without another attorney present.
You're amazing. So what's next for you, John, with your law degree? Where would you like to go?
My ideal job in law would either be working for public interest law, like with Legal Aid or Catholic Charities or something like that, to, again, just continue making law accessible.
And great job on doing wonderful pro bono work. We need more people like you. Mazel tov. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Good on him.
What a good, cool guy. 71, going back to law school.
Awesome.
And I think he played beer pong with his friends. I think.
All right, we'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by
I had always wanted to go to law school, and UNT Dallas College of Law has a mission to be able to make law accessible to folks who otherwise would not have access to the law, and that really appealed to me. I did 5 internships during law school, and it seemed to me like doing some pro bono work would be a very good start. And once I got into it, I really was, I guess you'd say, hooked. It was very heartwarming to be able to help folks who normally didn't have access to the law. I had one lady come up and hug me 4 times at the law clinic just because I was the first person who had listened to her.
20 years ago when I came forward, I reported that I was gang raped by 4 men, and the DA told me I didn't have a good case. So given all that information and feeling like I couldn't win the case, I decided to drop the charges. Pledge actually started a year ago as a Set the Expectation pledge, and it just asked coaches to stand in front of the room with their players and say that sexual assault and physical violence is never okay, and that their behavior was attached to their eligibility. The pledge and the campaign, Set the Expectation, kind of grew into this awareness raising campaign, and today it's turning into a nonprofit. Seeing everything that's happening now makes me feel like what I went through was not in vain.
It's National Selfie Day, and Erica tried to show us how to take a selfie with McDonald's fries. Sure didn't turn out as planned. We're live TV, folks. Watch this.
Hope it's slow-mo.
Yes, in honor of National Selfie Day, McDonald's is giving away the Fryless. It's a golden stylus for your smartphone that looks just like a French fry. It's functional. Obviously, we had to get our hands on the Fryless, which I've done, so let's take a selfie together, DBL Nation. Whoop, whoop.
Yep, and here's how the selfie turned out. Let's see.
Oh,
that's pretty good. You gotta post that now. Rob, our cameraman in there.
Oh, and we have a quick retraction.
Speaking of drops.
Do at the Zoo, which is tonight through Saturday here in Denver, is like a wine, cheese, and beer soiree. The mating, dating, and copulating event that Jeff and I were talking about is July 12th.
She told me it was due at the zoo was doing it. It's not.
It's on July 12th.
You're acting a little nervous. I'm sensing your body language.
I'm very nervous.
It's DBL emoji headlines. You got this, all right? So let's go. We're already wasting. We're on the clock.
Okay.
All right.
Bullseye
Uh-huh.
or plus
Target
as on rocket new
rocket
but
fashion.
Oh.
Fashion. Ash on.
Oh, fashion service ice.
Dish.
No, dish.
Dish ice. Dish cube. Something cute.
Target.
Target
ads on.
Oh.
Rocket.
Target
new
ads on.
Fashion. Dish ice. Dishes. Fashion dishes.
Dishes.
Rocket.
Let's see.
It's not Target.
Oh.
Okay.
Bullseye.
Arrow.
That's the bullseye.
Yes. Bullseye.
Right? Bullseye.
There's an
on.
arrow there.
30 seconds left.
Okay.
Rocket launches new fashion dishes. Services.
Yes.
So somebody adds on
Target.
Ads on. Azon? Bulls Azon?
Amazon.
Today on Daily Blast Live, the border crisis continues to dominate headlines. We separate fact from fiction. Plus, stalled spin-offs in the Star Wars franchise. Have we finally had enough of the iconic series? And we love their love. Tim McGraw and Faith Hill share 2 secrets to love and marriage. Daily Blast Live starts right now.
Welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Thursday, June 21st, and let's get right to it, guys. We are live, and right now, First Lady Melania Trump is in McAllen, Texas. She's touring a Border Patrol intake center and a facility holding about 60 migrant children, and she's asking a lot of questions like this one.
I want to thank you for your hard work, your compassion, and I also like to ask you how I can help to these children to reunite with their families as quickly as possible.
And after President Trump signed an executive order yesterday to stop separating immigrant children from their parents, and since we've been covering this story, we've heard more from you, our viewers, than ever before, honestly. And we're listening, so today we're helping you understand the facts as we know them about this executive order. First, new families crossing the border illegally will now be detained together for at least 20 days. So we know that. That's a fact. And because we're live, these facts are being updated in real time. We just heard the Justice Department has asked the courts to make the changes necessary to keep families together in detention longer than 20 days.
So that just happened.
That was a big issue, and that just happened.
That's good.
Good thing we got that cleared up. Here's the second one. The executive order does not apply to the 2,300 kids already separated from their families. All right. So third, the zero tolerance policy for entering the U.S. illegally is still in effect. And number 4, the executive order is a stopgap fix until Congress and the courts can decide on a longer-term solution. So those are the facts, and me included, I think a lot of us at this panel would admit the same thing. It's very confusing, and there are a lot of things going around the internet that we don't know what is true, but we did our research here at Daily Blast Live, and those are the facts that we could talk about, and you guys could talk about too.
Yeah, I mean, I think everything is moving forward. I'm happy this is happening. I'm proud Melania Trump went down to the border, but the one thing I'm worried about is that no new special procedures are there for children already in custody. So hopefully a bill is coming forward from Senator Ted Cruz of Texas that is going to double the immigration judges, lawyers, resources. They've got to get through some bureaucracy for those kids because I don't want them there forever. That's what I worry about.
All right, when the national conversation is all about a topic like this, the question is, do celebrities have a responsibility to speak out? That's what we're talking about after 9 Inch Nails frontman Trent Reznor called out Taylor Swift's of the world, saying they're keeping quiet to protect their brands. A review of Taylor's recent Instagram post reveals the mega singer has not weighed in on the current situation on the border, but she did share this adorable video of her cat. There you go. What's your take, DBL Nation? Vote now at dailyblastlive.com. Do you want celebrities to give their opinions on important world events?
I don't. I don't think that they're responsible to do that, and especially even if I did want to make a statement about something, when somebody tells me that I should, now I'm not going to say anything.
Right.
I don't know what the relationship between Trent and Taylor is, but if he really did have an issue with her and they were close, he would call her or text her and say, hey, why don't you use your platform to say something? We really need you out here. And maybe Taylor Swift might say back, hey, I'm really down with this issue, but I don't know enough to speak about it yet. Give me another week. Give me the night to research it. So I don't know. I think he's way out of line.
There's a lot of assumptions being made here, too, because, Trent, what happens if Taylor says something and you don't like what she says?
And where's he going to be then?
Exactly. And I think that when it really comes down to it, I feel like people should be free to do or not do whatever it is they want to do. However, I'm just going to be very clear. If I'm going to someone for a service, like to get my hair done, I'm not going to go to that same person for the service of getting my nails done. I don't want them touching my nails because their specialty is hair.
Right.
So I want to listen to Taylor Swift. I don't necessarily seek out Taylor Swift's opinion, and I think that she is responsible for protecting her brand, because by protecting her brand, she's also protecting everyone who's working for her brand as well.
Point, so, Tori, let me ask you, so why, if your favorite actor or favorite singer, why would you necessarily care what their opinions on politics were? Would that change your views on politics?
Well, first off, I agree with everyone here that you don't have to.
Right.
If I found someone that I really liked as an actor was, let's say Clint Eastwood. I really love Clint Eastwood as a director. And when he went up at the Republican National Convention that other time and spoke to the chair, and I found out he was very conservative, yeah, it did put me off a little bit, but that's the risk you take when you have that platform and you want to speak. You're willing to let go of people that are your fans to do so. I think Taylor Swift has always been safe and vanilla. There's nothing wrong with that. We need safe and vanilla sometimes. We want an acoustic guitar. So for Trent to say that, I think was totally unfair.
And in all fairness, we don't know if she's done something for the cause or not. She could have done something privately, and we would have been on her had she done that and promoted it, like, oh, you only did it so that you would get the credit for it. And now we're saying, oh, you've done nothing. You know, I just don't think it's fair.
Let's see what DBL Nation says. 64% says no. Yeah. It's their job to entertain. And if anyone cares, I agree with you, DBL Nation.
We care.
All right, all right. Thank you. I just took the numbers. If it was the other way, I would have won. No, I'm just kidding. I agree, DBL Nation. And this may be a sad day, I'm sorry, Stu, for the galaxy of Star Wars fans. That didn't make sense. All right, the tweet sent the Star Wars world into hyperdrive yesterday, revealing that plans for future spin-off movies, including Obi-Wan movie, have been on hold, unfortunately. I'm sorry. That's according to Collider.com. This comes after Solo, a Star Wars story, saw a less than stellar box office performance, only bringing in $84.4 million on its opening weekend. That's much less than the prior Star Wars films. They were expected to make about 50 million more, right?
Yeah, it was supposed to get at like 108, 112, and it really didn't. I just think Star Wars fans, no Star Wars fans, when you have too much of a good thing, it just dilutes it. And I don't think you want to dilute that universe, because it really is about good and evil, and there's good morals in there. And I think I'm getting so confused. How can I invest in a character when I don't know who you are or your storyline?
Yeah, it's a lot going on. I mean, but this is going to be unpopular, especially with our fantasy people in this room. But I feel like it's all kind of the same movie.
Ooh.
Isn't it the same movie?
Ooh, wow.
Somebody is like,
wow,
here's a guy, he doesn't know what he does.
It's a simple
He loses
plot.
somebody he cares about, he trains, he goes and beats the bad guys up, and there's a fighter chase at some point, and something blows up, even though it's space and there's no oxygen, so nothing should be able to blow up.
Wow, Stu's at your desk.
I'm looking this way.
He's tampering with all your stuff
ruining
at your
your
computer.
whole desk.
He doesn't look happy about it. He doesn't look happy about it.
I like Star Wars.
All right.
Seems like it.
Well, you know what else it seems like? It seems like people can't stop obsessing over Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson. And we can't either. The couple announced their engagement earlier this month, and now Pete is talking about their relationship for the first time. He even showed off one of his new tattoos there in honor of his fiancée. But check out what he said on Jimmy Fallon last night.
It's so funny walking down the street because, like, dudes are walking by and they're like, some dude came up to me, he was like, yo, man, you, like, gave me hope. I was like, I didn't know I was that ugly. No, yeah, I'm a lucky.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Wow. Too soon? Too soon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
tattoos?
I'm just asking, put it out there.
That's a lot, but I mean, it seems like they really are in love, but I mean, well, big business in this country is tattoo covering up and removal, so. They're not the first person. You'll never go broke removing tattoos.
Yeah, they're like within a month they have not only tattoos. She has a song named Pete. He's talked nonstop about her. They just bought a $16 million apartment together yesterday. At some point, he's had addiction problems. She's been with someone with addiction problems. You worry that they're rushing because you want to take things really slow. But I love love. I hope, Mazel Tov. I just worry it's all a bit too fast.
They're not Russian. They're American.
Good one.
Yeah. Do you love, Erica? Are you pulling for them?
I do love love. Yeah, I'm always pulling for love. I really think that sometimes you just know, but other times you're just
infatuated.
Really lustful.
Spring break.
Yes.
Hashtag spring break.
All right, if you love to laugh, then this Netflix show is for you. There you go, Sam Shocker. You have that story coming in hot.
I do. First of all, nice dad joke, Jeff.
Russian?
Yeah.
That was a good one.
Okay. The 10th season of Jerry Seinfeld's Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee hits Netflix this summer, and it's as crazy as ever. Guests include Dave Chappelle, Kate McKinnon, and the late Jerry Lewis. We've got a first look.
I'd rather be a brain in a jar talking.
You're like a toy person.
Just go and laugh.
What is the point of this?
Lasagna!
Ricky!
Really?
No.
Hillary!
And I'll tell you what, that's why I developed this show.
I was in a coma for 10 days.
But not the last 10 days.
I can't wait to see this. You can stream Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee on Netflix on July 6th. They're missing one important guest, though. Al Jackson, you can be on that show.
Let's make that happen. I don't know. I'm just waiting for Jerry. He's going to text me right at some point during, so that's why I have my phone here.
You must have missed the last text.
That's right. Yeah, but it's cool. And I like to see Jerry Seinfeld. Loves comedians. He loves comedy, and it's great to see him interact. And he loves cars, so.
And coffee. Yeah, I love it because it's simple. It's a throwback. It's just them in a car getting coffee. There's nothing complicated. And he's a comics comic. He really loves the story behind it. I think it's a great show.
I love it too, Erica.
I do too.
Still ahead on Daily Blast Live, a developing story out of this world.
Whoa.
Incredible images from Mars. That's right. Also coming up, Tim McGraw and Faith Hill reveal the 3 activities they do regularly to keep their marriage healthy. Speaking of pro tips, we've got one thing that you could do to change the value of your house right now by $6 grand. What? One thing. You want to stick around for that. And you, the viewer, are the 5th host. Millennials are struggling to pay the bills. Should mom and dad step in to help? We're sharing your comments next.
Scrolling through Instagram and not seeing anything exciting? That can only mean one thing. You must not be following Daily Blast Live. Let's change that. Just go to your Insta app and search Daily Blast Live. Click that follow button, and boom. Now your timeline will be filled with all the latest trends and topics. Happy hashtagging.
Jason Anderson just wrote, man after my own heart, coffee, cars, and comedy. If you had to combine 3 things for your perfect show, what would they be? So I'm asking this to DBL Nation too. Mine would be burritos.
Oh, that's a good one.
Burritos, maybe like saving dogs, and
Mine would be. Wait, I think I got
burritos and the beach. We'll be at the beach.
Something when we go to restaurants. I like hole-in-the-wall restaurants. I like hole-in-the-wall bars. So
you like dive bars. You like
I love dive bars, but I like kind of out of way spots.
Would you do it by yourself, or in your perfect show, are you with someone?
Yeah.
Am I?
Mine would be boats, beers, and beefs.
Yeah.
No, beefs. Beef sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
Boats, beers, and that's actually a good show.
Yes.
Boats.
Also a good way to get
beers
seasick.
And beef.
Italian beef.
Yeah, I would throw
Do you
up.
know how sick you would get?
I would have the beef
Beer?
jerky.
You don't get seasick? Really?
Well, if I go way out there, I'll take a Dramamine, which could be safe.
When
Boats?
Beers and beefs.
My friend just had her 40th on a boat. She had her 40th on a yacht. And my buddy took a Dramamine, and this is no names. He took a Dramamine.
Did he drink?
It was open bar.
Oh,
He did.
no, you guys, you will get messed up.
I did not know. I didn't take one. I've worked for Carnivals for years, so I don't get seasick. But I've been hanging out with this guy for 20 years.
Was he wasted?
He was.
Silly
he was
wasted.
Like 1930s roaring 20s. He was like that where you like take 3 steps forward and then like 2 stumble steps back.
No.
And we were just sitting there like, what is wrong? And I put him in a lift.
You also have to drink a lot.
Yeah.
It's not just.
But it exaggerates the drinking.
Well, I've been out there and had some beers. I've never been like
Yeah, it was open bar.
Falling off the boat, yeah.
Frank Ford, I mean, he was like falling off the boat. He was like, I punched the band leader drunk.
Well, he's going to be my first guest.
Yes.
So that guy will be your first guest. So you're, I'm burritos, animals, and beaches. So that's good. I'm saving dogs, eating burritos on a beach. Erica, if you had to pick your favorite 3 things for your perfect show, what would they be?
Mine's boats, beers, and beefs.
Sorry.
Is someone talking in your ear?
No. I feel like you're
It's hard. It's you're on the spot.
We'll come up with it. We need yours, DBL Nation.
I'm going to take one.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Getting a little financial help from mom and dad is now more common than ever. A new study says 53% of millennials have parents paying one or more of their bills. But mom and dad have their own financial burden, saving for retirement. So DBL Nation, should parents keep footing the bill for their kids? Jeff Schroeder has your comments.
Thank you, Sam. Let's get right to your comments, Erica. Let's kick it off.
All right, Gloria writes us, I got my first apartment when I was 20 years old with very little to put up for a security deposit and no application fee. Now security deposits are double the rent and application fees are as high as $100. That is so true.
Yeah. So true.
Yeah, that's so true. I just remember hustling, having like 7 different jobs when I moved out at 18 when I was in college. And there were a couple times that I had to call my mom and be like, I'm going to be on the street. And she was able to help me a little bit, and I think that just that little bit, because there were 4 of us in college, really made me appreciate what she did for me because I knew how hard it was. So now, what my mama wants, my mama gets.
Paid it forward.
Yeah, mama.
That's good. All right, Rita says it's a want versus a needs issue. Do you need a $1,000 cell phone with all the bells and whistles, or do you want it? The list is endless, and I think this is a great moral you got to stick to. I'll be super honest though. My parents believe me. I wanted to be a stand-up comic or a host. That's very rare. I worked at an ice cream store at 35 because it gave me health insurance, any employee. But did I get help out from my parents? I absolutely did, and I thank them for supporting me because here I am today. So I am someone that says if your parents believe in you and they have the money and you're okay and it's a comfortable situation, go for it. Rent is way too high and student loans are way too high.
All right. James says after 18, they need to pay most or all of the bills. After college, it should be all on them. Ooh, James, I'll just say this, man. James, college is so expensive. It's almost, at this point, it's a lifelong debt. It's going to follow you almost all the way through adulthood. And when you get out of college, yes, you are an adult, but kind of, sort of. You still don't have any credit built up, so it's difficult to get a credit card.
Right.
The ones you are going to get are going to have high interest rates. You're not going to be able to rent a car for another 4 years. So I think it's, you know, just getting a little getting a little help till you get to that real point of adulthood, which is like your mid-20s. That's when you need to really take on everything. But when you're 20, 21, like, shoot the kid $50.
Yeah, I agree. And then you have to teach, I don't mind helping a kid out. My parents helped me out. Thank you, Mom and Dad. But you do have to teach them responsibilities along the way. Right. I think having cell phones now at such a young age for children is a great way to show them, hey, this is the bill that comes each month for your phone. And that's a great way to teach them at a young age, hey, you got to start paying. If you want nicer things, you're going to have to work harder for them.
Yeah, if you don't hustle, you ain't getting no money either.
Right, and I think with all of us, our parents thought we were working hard. We're a long way away from the guy that had to get kicked out of Mark Rotundo that we had to get dragged out of his house. So
yeah,
there are levels to everything.
Story.
Yes.
All right, guys, we are live, and thank you for the comments. By the way, Raquel Villanueva has news at the moment.
Well, right now, an epic dust storm on Mars is covering the entire planet, and NASA is giving us an up-close view of the global weather event thanks to one of the rovers on the ground, which is watching over the haze take over Mars. The skies have darkened, giving new images a red glow, which is fitting for the red planet.
Raquel, please tell me there's no rovers in danger.
Jeff, there are rovers in danger. Because the dust storm is covering the sun, and since they're solar powered, they've had to power off for about a week now. So hopefully this dust storm passes soon and they can turn back on.
Wow.
But it's covering the whole planet. How's it going to pass? It's the whole planet.
Well, there's storms that come through our planet.
They don't
I know,
stay
but they
forever.
don't stay on the whole planet.
Sometimes it feels like they stay.
Get up to date on your Mars knowledge.
God,
Slack as hell.
idiots.
Make us look like dummies. All right, changing one small detail on your home could mean a huge boost in value. Sam Shocker, you have that story coming in hot.
I do. Forget the fancy tech upgrades and listen up. Zillow.com released an analysis that shows the color of your front door can boost your home value. Are you ready? By around $6,000. That's a lot of money. The site analyzed more than 100,000 images of front doors and found that, on average, doors that were black or charcoal gray sold for more than $6,200 over estimates. Apparently, black doors give buyers the impression of seriousness and safety when buying. So DBL Nation, what color is your front door? Time to break out the paint, huh?
About to be black.
Yeah,
money.
You're gonna see black doors everywhere. Everyone's gonna up their value. All right, coming up on Daily Blast Live, going back to school is never easy, but what about law school? We're shining the spotlight on a 71-year-old who's proving it's never too late to learn. And our Summer Splash series goes wild. Why? Because Al Jackson channels his inner zookeeper. That's right, and that's next.
Yeah.
Hello, happy Thursday. We are almost there. We're almost there. My name's Lex. I'm here with the digital team giving you top trending stories during the breaks. I know, she's excited. Every time there's a puppy on my screen, she gets so excited. But before we get to this Bustle article, tomorrow is National Bring Your Dog to Work Day.
Oh my gosh.
I know, so let us know if your boss is letting you bring your dog to work. Marty, can I bring Diesel?
Can I bring Josie, Rose, and Barnaby?
Can they all come?
Can we all just have dogs everywhere?
All of the dogs.
DBL stands for Dog Believe Us Live. That's weird. That's really weird.
Okay, moving on to the trending story today. Bustle.com is telling us, that was a really good one.
Thank you very much.
Bustle.com is telling us what we can do to make our dogs more comfortable when we leave them home alone for long periods of time.
This is helpful.
Yeah, so originally when I first read it, I kind of thought that they were going to say, exercise your pet before you leave. Play with them, walk them for 2 hours, because that's what a lot of us at DBL do.
Are they
that's
saying,
what
let me
I
guess,
do.
they're saying calm them down.
No,
Oh.
so the article is actually telling you what you can do for them while they're at home. So leaving the TV on or the radio on, letting them look out the window, giving them plenty of toys to play with, are just a few things that they say. There's a huge, long list of things that you can do.
Okay.
So I would highly recommend looking at it. I definitely am going to do a lot of different things with my dog. Right now I give
Diesel! I will say this, DJ Doggy, if you guys have iTunes, is the sound of classical music over the sound of a mother's heartbeat of a dog.
Yeah.
And it really, and then some lavender oil. I'm getting real dog. I'm like, then you just have chimes everywhere.
Heather just likes the TV We on. take our puppies very seriously.
We take us very seriously.
Yeah.
So go to bustle.com for more info. Thanks, Lex. Lady in Red over here has a new story.
We talked about this in the most recent segment about how Star Wars, they're halting it. Well, now there's actually a petition to remake the most recent movie.
Oh,
yes.
sorry.
So on Twitter right now, there's a viral campaign to remake The Last Jedi. It's actually coming
It's called The Last Jedi for a reason. It's the last. Don't keep going.
So if you want to read this whole thread, it's actually very interesting. They're polling ideas from really big fans of the franchise of what they'd want to see in a remake. They're saying that we're going to reach out to producers and they'll fund it themselves to have this remake.
Okay.
Would the funding make it the same quality that the original one was? I don't know. But if you want to look into this, go to @RMTheLastJedi at Twitter and give us your input on this.
No.
That's her DBL take.
The Daily Blast Live. It's time for this week's Summer Splash with Al Jackson. Al, I don't know why I did that. Al visited the Denver Zoo to be a zookeeper for a day. Check it out.
What's up, DBL Nation? Al Jackson here. Sorry I'm away from my desk, but I'm doing something very important. I had to take the anchor jacket off and put on a very important garment. That's right, Denver Zookeeper for a day. That's right, I made it, y'all. And I'm hanging out. You can hang out like my girl Addie right here. Are these seals or are these sea lions? What are we looking at right now?
These are actually sea lions. So a lot of times people call these guys seals. As you're looking at Lucy, some of the ways to tell her apart from our seals that we have is actually her coat color. If you look at her, she's spinning around, she's showing off that really nice, pretty brown coat. That's what all of our sea lions are gonna look like.
Lucy looks like me watching football right now.
Yeah, a little bit.
How old is Lucy?
Just had her 17th birthday. Sea lions are born around the same week every single year, so about mid-June.
They're not called tricks. What is she doing right now?
So what she's actually doing are called behaviors. So everything that we do with Lucy, she has a choice if she wants to do them or not.
Lucy, do you watch Daily Blast Live? Can we get a yes? I think that was a no. Am I your favorite host on the show? That was definitely a yes. How often does she eat?
She actually eats all day.
So she's like a college student?
Yes.
Lucy, we're hanging out this weekend. All right, see you later.
Ooh, that was good, Alan. I'm not sea lion. No one. Okay, still ahead. More Summer Splash at the Zoo. You don't want to miss that. We are live and covering the stories you're talking about in real time. Happy birthday, Daddy. Prince William talks street cred with his kids on the day he turns 36. And here at Daily Blast Live, we love your viral videos like this one. More than 160,000 views of a lovable dad playing with his kid. All fun and games until the baby spits up all over his face. We'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Guys, so I know we always say we're going to talk about what the people are talking about. Right now, Melania's jacket is trending. I just want to give you guys just a rundown so you know what you're talking about when people are going crazy. I don't care about it. Some people care about it. I'll let that be deciding to you. Do you care about it? Right, so he doesn't care about it. Melania, unfortunately, wore a jacket, we think from Zara, excuse me, when she went down to the border to meet with people and Border Patrol and immigrant families. And unfortunately, on the back, it did say, "I really don't care, do you?" ? She wore it, she was photographed in it, she walked up the stairs to the plane. When she came out of the plane, when she had landed, she was wearing something else, a white or beige sort of military jacket. I only bring this up because our show does have to talk about trending topics and everybody's talking about this. Her spokesperson said absolutely this meant nothing. There was no hidden image. There was no hidden message. There is another side where a lot of people think she's a model. She chooses clothes very carefully, and Melania, since the start, has hidden subliminal messages in her fashion. Now, you're allowed to think that. People said when she wore that specific bow, the Gucci bow, for the day after the nomination, that was a message, if you know what it's called. I can't say the word on...
You could say if it's proper terms.
It's like a pussycat.
Yeah.
It's a
pussy ball.
Pussy ball.
You could say, if it's a proper term.
That's a proper term. So that was the name of the Gucci, and people were saying it was right after the Access Hollywood tapes in which, of course, the president said, grab women by that word. So there's the connection. Today, what it is tone deaf, and it's just like a Mexican restaurant that Kirsten Nielsen did right after this, eating at a Mexican restaurant. It's oblivious. The problem is...
That's my thing. Like,
right, you don't want your politicians to be oblivious,
I'm for
though.
Melania Trump.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel bad for her. Why bring this on
know.
yourself?
Why dilute your message?
Why
it ruins the message. I care what
anything. I don't care what it even says. Why let people speculate?
I completely agree.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Ruth was born without arms and thought she'd never ride a bike. But now, a surprise has her cruising again.
This girl with no arms is enjoying new freedom thanks to a special gift. Ruth Evelyn Prank was born without arms. For the most part, she's learned to adapt. But some things still elude her. For a long time, she wanted to ride a bike with her friends. Her local children's hospital got wind of her wish and made her a special device that lets her steer a bike without using arms.
I was like, wow, my bike was like amazing. And I just wanted that adaptive shoulder turning thing because it helps without arms I can steer.
RE and her mom were surprised and elated with the gift.
I didn't think she'd be able to ride a regular bike without somebody hanging onto the handlebars for her.
As thanks, RE served as an ambassador for the hospital's 5K run. She wanted to give back to the team that helped her and inspire others with her newfound mobility.
It just feels great to me that I get to help friends. And it fills my heart. Yay! This is fun! Yay!
That is incredible.
So stinking cute.
I know, but when you think of childhood and bike, it goes hand in hand. I think it's just your first piece of freedom, the wind in your hair.
Absolutely. All right, guys, if you're leaving us right now, you can still watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. But here's what's coming up next on Daily Blast Live.
A country power couple tells all. Faith Hill and Tim McGraw reveal the secrets to their love. 36 looks great on you, Prince William. On his birthday, the future king reveals how he stays cool for his kids. And the DBL Summer Splash goes to the zoo.
What's your favorite animal?
Giraffes. Why, it's the perfect place for kids during the summer break. More Daily Blast Live coming up next.
All right, so just following up, Erica, we were talking, of course, about the message that Melania Trump was wearing again. She was wearing a jacket that said, "I really don't care, do you?" It was a stupid idea. Jason Anderson really summed it up. I think he wrote it really well. I'm just going to give a shout out.
We made you.
Oh, 1 second. 1 second.
I had always wanted to go to law school, and UNT Dallas College of Law has a mission to be able to make law accessible to folks who otherwise would not have access to the law, and that really appealed to me. I did 5 internships during law school, and it seemed to me like doing some pro bono work would be a very good start. And once I got into it, I really was, I guess you'd say, hooked. It was very heartwarming to be able to help folks who normally didn't have access to the law. I had one lady come up and hug me 4 times at the law clinic just because I was the first person who had listened to her.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Let's get started because we are a live show, and Kelly Schubert has the latest with some news at the moment. Kelly.
Yeah, Jeff, a new Time magazine cover just released has a lot of people talking today. Take a look. As you can see, it shows President Trump with the crying little girl from that viral photo taken at the border, and it has the text, "Welcome to America." The cover is for the July 2nd edition of the magazine, and it will hit newsstands the week of Independence Day. Jeff?
Thank you, Kelly. Wow, it's powerful.
Yeah,
It's
sometimes when an image says it all, you don't need a lot of words.
But this was definitely printed before he signed that agreement. Yes.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
Nonetheless, still very powerful.
Very powerful. Yeah.
All right, guys. The world is also talking about this: Melania Trump's jacket. That's right, her jacket. This is what she wore as she left Andrews Air Force Base in Maryland on her way to visit detained immigrant children in Texas. But here's what it says on her back. Quote, "I really don't care, do you?" That's what it says. Her spokesperson confirmed that this, in fact, she did wear this jacket, but is there any hidden meaning in what she wore there? Now, there isn't any. I'm sorry. Her spokesperson said this is what she wore, but there was not a hidden meaning. I'm sorry. Now she did change out of that jacket once she arrived at the immigration facility, but is it really up to her team to say that there's no hidden meaning?
There's 2 sides on this. One says she's a model and she cares about her clothes and she's communicating through her clothes. People have said that. On Reddit, there's a whole thread of what she's subliminally saying. Do I think she meant to do this? No. I think she made a mistake and she's completely oblivious and someone should have stopped her. However, politicians have got to be more careful. This is a Mexican restaurant situation. What I think, like Kirsten Nielsen when she did that whole thing and then ate at a Mexican restaurant. People are watching. You've got to be more careful. You really do.
Well, the fact that she's a model and she's so conscientious about her clothing makes me disagree with you. Why are you wearing a $39 Zara jacket from last season? Like, why do you even have that in your closet? Because you're so fashion forward. I mean, to be really honest, and we talked about the white hat and the white suit and how that was, you know, a statement. We talked about the obliviousness of wearing the heels, the high heels, and she seemed to make a change for that. So it's a little suspect that you would wear a jacket or any article of clothing that would have any writing on it to indicate anything.
I'm shocked that a handler didn't say, take the jacket off.
Yeah.
I just think, you remember back when Obama wore a taupe?
Yeah, the tan suit.
And there was news for a week?
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, imagine if Michelle Obama had strolled down there wearing an I don't care jacket or t-shirt. Like, where would we be right now? I mean,
it's a good point.
There would be a red siren going off somewhere. Like, the fact that this is just being brushed aside and she gets away with another
It's not being brushed aside. This just came out right now.
This is so,
Do you think there's a possibility, honestly, that this was an oblivious mistake?
No, and
she
that's
grabbed the jacket?
I believe that it is. I believe that she was oblivious, and that's the scarier
That's
thing.
the scarier thing.
I would rather you subliminally tell me you don't like me rather
at least
than
you're paying
like
attention.
How do you make that mistake?
It's diluted the whole message. We've spent a segment now talking about the dang jacket and not about the immigrant children.
Right.
All right, well, let's move on to something more important. Prince Harry, he's 36 today.
Oh, fantastic.
And it's not even Harry, it's Prince William.
Just checking.
Just see if you guys are still awake out there. All right, of course, we still love this iconic picture of the day Princess Diana introduced him to the world, but now that he's a dad himself, William is speaking out about something every parent can relate to. Trying to win the admiration of your kids, right? This morning he spoke at a charity rehabilitation center about how he managed it.
I've been the patron of the DNRC for 4 years, and I've enjoyed every single moment of it. Along the way, I have demolished a building. George was at an age at the time that he loved seeing the digger in action, so it did my street cred as a father the world of good.
There you go, Al. Now you're a father of 3. I dropped my pen. Do you do anything to impress your kids?
We go to like a lot of live events, a lot of sporting events, and you know, I took my son.
Are they impressed?
Not at all. You know, I took my son. We literally were sitting behind Billy Crystal at the Clippers game. I got my son floor seats to watch the Clippers play, and he's 10. And we were like halfway through the first quarter, and he just looked at me. He was like, "Dad, can we go?" And I was like, "What?" Yeah, but they don't. You know, he's using his phone. Like they're just. It's a different world. You know. But at the same time, it's like it's for me really. I just like hanging out with my kids. So,
yeah.
You know, as long as he sits there, I don't care. I love basketball.
You think Lawson will be impressed that you're on TV?
I don't think so. You know what it is? I think nobody cares about. Well, I think we had this conversation a couple weeks ago. Like, do you think David Beckham's kids like care that he's David Beckham?
Yeah.
No. I don't think they do.
Not at all.
You know?
They're used to it.
I think it's almost like kids are very in tune with who they already have in their pockets and who they need to get in their pockets.
Oh, that's a good point.
I mean, my niece, she has all of us around her except for me, unfortunately, and my sister. And I went home to Chicago last week, and everyone's like doting on her, and they asked, "Oh, who's your favorite?" And I'm standing way in the back, and she points and goes, "Erica." And everyone's like, "She's not even around." And I'm like, yes. She has the illusion of me being around. Like, you know, it's just the fact that she doesn't see me all the time that it makes it more special. But parents, they see you all the time.
Yeah. That's a great point.
I think from like 12 to 15, especially your daughters are going to be done. So I'm coming up on that now. I think like you're just not cool. You're Jeff Schroeder on TV, but you're just going to be boring dad.
I'm boring to you guys as well.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Somebody likes me. Ma, I love you. Actress Amy Adams is feeling the love today, speaking of love, after she revealed in an interview that she refused to accept when her stand-in was being treated disrespectfully. All right. This is something we've all been through when we see someone else getting treated badly at work, and we have to choose whether or not to speak up. This is something I think everyone has come across, maybe not on this level, you know. But
and it's not just about speaking up. It's about you have to think about the people that you support. If you speak up at work and you say something here, if you think I'm being treated unfairly and you say something, you could potentially lose your job or be demoted, and that's going to affect Anthony. That'll affect Lawson. That'll affect Brooks. So it's like there are just a lot of decisions, but at the end of the day, you got to do what's true to your heart. And if you feel like something's really wrong, you got to say something.
Yeah. I think we often get into these like mob mentality things, and it's so easy to do because especially at work, like you want to have the camaraderie, but like independently, you have to think about what's going to make you be able to sleep best at night. And that's how I generally think about things, like how am I going to sleep tonight? And then I just go with that, good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah, my parents always taught me silence is compliance, and if I see someone being treated badly, I have the moral obligation to say something. And I have gotten in trouble for it, and I've been seen as meddling, but I would rather stand up for someone that's being treated badly, because I talk the talk on this panel. I better walk the walk.
And I do have to say there is something for the way you stand up. It doesn't mean you have to go and be Mr. Tough Guy.
Right, you're right.
You could be very respectful and stand up for somebody. So there's
where's the fun in that, Jeff? I want to throw a chair.
Well, if I'm talking about Tori, you know, I'll be all on her face. No, but there is. But I think people misconstrue that like you're going to cause a big scene, and it doesn't have to be like that. You could definitely be respectful and definitely tell someone that they're doing something
one of the
wrong.
biggest lessons you can learn in life is discretion. Just pull somebody aside and be like, hey, I came around the corner. I really didn't like how you were talking to Erica. So just next time, maybe do it like this. I think that's way better than just getting somebody's face like, hey, the next time you think that just people shut down. People shut down.
No one's listening to you.
Yeah,
right.
The first way you said it, I'm totally. Oh, I get it, man. I didn't know. I didn't even realize I was doing that.
Right.
Sometimes people don't even realize.
Been there before.
All right. What's the secret to a long and happy marriage? Huh? Huh? All right. Well, Faith Hill and Tim McGraw are sharing their tips with people in the July issue. And they say that prayer, date night, and plenty of alone time are the key to their 21 years of marriage. So what about you, DBL Nation? What's the best way to keep the magic in a long-term relationship? I'm with them. I think date night, if I were to pick one, is very important. If Jordan's watching this right now, I apologize. We need to go on more date nights, but having the family, we do a lot of family time. But I think it's important to have one-on-one time with your other.
Yeah, Brooks and I started walking around Wash Park and power walking.
I'm already getting bored.
Okay, so
So when is your divorce?
No.
So we're doing walks and we bond through that, and then we bond and we cook dinner together, and that has been a really nice bonding moment.
Who's the cook?
I'm the cook actually, and he's the sous chef and the DJ. So he'll put good music on. I'll drink some wine. We'll have a nice dinner. It's been fantastic. So it's
just a group. It's kind of like date night.
It's a date night at home. Exactly right. So we do a Blue Apron, and we've been loving it.
All right.
Yeah.
Anthony and I do pep rallies.
I heard about this.
Yeah.
Do you cruise by local high schools? Like, how do you?
No, we just have a pep rally, like in the middle of the living room. Like if one of us is going through something, we forget who we are, the other one reminds you, like, this is who you are. Wow. You know you better than this. Let's get going. And we just kind of do like, it's almost like a tunnel. We run out into the stadium, and it's like,
Erica, can I get a pep rally right now?
Yeah, can we do it? You are Al Jackson. Brother, do you know how far you've come? How proud Jackie is of you right now? You are a black man who made it to Brown University and got your degree. Man, you could have done anything. You stopped down, you made things happen, you defied all odds by becoming a comedian. You're sitting here today. We are so proud of you. Look at all of the people who are proud of you right now.
I'm ready to run through a wall. That was amazing. Oh my God.
I was gonna flip the table.
I know.
For you.
I'm like, who are we playing?
Wow.
I never respected you until this moment.
So you cook?
Yeah.
That's why you always let Erica go last.
All right, Al, we have another important question for you. Do Chip and Joanna Gaines ever slow down, Al?
Yeah, I don't think so, Jeff.
You want to read that or no?
They have even more in store for us.
Thanks, Al. Same shot. You have the details coming in hot.
Erica? I can't. I love you. That was amazing. All right, that's right. Chip and Joanna just rolled out new products for the Target line. The Hearth in Hand with Magnolia line features everything from desk accessories to knickknacks and leather-bound accents. Here are some of our favorites. Need a little midweek motivation? Well, this metal wall art is perfect for any office or living room. Get this, it's only $13.
That's because it's not good, Sam.
You got this. Next, this contemporary cage table lamp. Make your home cozy and bright with a little flair. Pick it up for $30.
It's just a light bulb, Sam.
And finally, something to throw all those extra tax return papers in. This faux leather storage bin is perfect for all your files or other house clutter, whether you choose to organize them or not. You can get the bin for $35.
No one wants that either.
All the new products at Target. You still need another pep talk.
Yeah, you just got a nice pep talk.
I did. I'm right back to salty Al.
That lasted about 15 seconds. You might want to record that, send it to Al. All right, guys, now it's time for our top feel-good stories of the day. Tori, you have the videos that are making Al and our DBL Nation smile,
I sure hope so. Well, people around the world are remembering Coco, the gorilla with love. She died this week at age 46, the incredible ape. Changed the way we think about animals after she learned to communicate through sign language and even formed a lifelong bond with the late Robin Williams. We will miss you, Coco. The Prime Minister of New Zealand has just made world history. Guess what? She's the only second elected leader ever to give birth while in office.
Yes.
She announced the good news on Instagram, of course, telling the world it's a girl. Nice. Congratulations to the new parents. And comedian Nick Kroll lived everyone's worst nightmare on last night's Jimmy Kimmel. Take a look.
And so I'm like, all right, and I like D him up, I get up, and I'm like, I'm hitting the ground. Oh, I just fully split my pants. I fully just split my pants.
Oh, why Why is that funny every time? You gotta give the funny man credit. He definitely could still laugh even when the joke was definitely on him. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, imagine going back to school later in life. One man did just that. In fact, he went to law school. Why he did it in our DBL Spotlight. And up next, Al fully refreshed Pepperelli Jackson channels his inner zookeeper. Don't miss part 2 of our summer splash at the zoo.
Are we doing Coco?
2 minutes, 30 seconds to bat. You lost your mic in here.
Oh, you're fine.
Oh, here it is.
Annoying at all.
Okay, so
I got time to pee.
we're just getting the mic here.
Yes.
We want to introduce a video of Coco the gorilla. Coco. Coco was a gorilla that blended the lives between animals and humans. She was taught a lot of sign language and could communicate in incredible ways. Robin Williams came to visit her, and she and he got tickled at each other, and they laughed. And you know what's really crazy, Al? Get this: when the news was told to Coco that Robin Williams had passed away, which was recent, Coco made one sign language move.
What's that? Oh.
So sad. Fred Rogers, Mr. Rogers, also famously visited Coco, and he took off Mr. Rogers' shoes, which is just what Mr. Rogers does every day.
Really?
So Coco is incredible. I have a big stand-up bit about it, but most famously, Coco signed that she wanted a kitten, and they gave Coco the kitten, and Coco rocked that kitten, and there were books, and it was just a wonderful way to see gorillas and apes in a way of more humans. Hopefully, Coco saved gorillas. People saw them as more cognizant, sentient beings. We're still losing gorillas right now. Ellen DeGeneres just started a gorilla wildlife refugee if you want to spend some money and donate. But Coco was one of those that really blended for children, animals,
where can
and
people
humans.
go to learn more about Coco?
You can, if you go to Coco the Gorilla, right now it's trending all over, and you can do videos. The best Flea, she played with Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. They played guitar together. But what's interesting is that she seems to remember people, and she was very prolific in her way of knowing sign language. So we say, "I love you, Coco. May you rest." Thanks, Coco.
Really cool.
They do it the body.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Our summer splash continues with Al Jackson. He visited the Denver Zoo, a great place for kids and families to visit in the summer. I have a yearly membership. Check it out.
Guys, I found some new friends here at the Denver Zoo. What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal is the giraffes and the elephants.
Do you know the elephants never forget? Just like you're never gonna forget this awesome interview?
Oh.
Now think about this. What's your favorite animal?
Giraffes.
The giraffe is a very unique animal. First of all, I can see it right there. Do you see it right there? Appreciate you hanging out with me when your favorite person's about 50 feet away. So that means a lot to me. Do you guys come up to the zoo a lot as a family?
Yes, sir.
How many times would you say you come during the summer?
Once every summer.
If you could be any animal besides a giraffe, what would you be?
A monkey.
My boss loves monkeys. What kind of monkey would you be? Would you be a gorilla?
Ape.
Do you want to be king of the jungle?
Yeah.
When the kids go away for a second, what do you love about the zoo?
There is beer. That's the only thing I think of without kids is, you know, enjoying a beverage.
You don't have to explain any further. You had me at beer. All right, we'll find that as soon as this segment's over. What do you like to do here at the zoo?
I like to look at the giraffes.
Wonderful talk show host?
I like to look at the giraffes and feed them.
Do you want my job and then I can just have your life?
No.
You don't want to interview people?
No.
You just want to be an ape and hang out and ride your dirt bike. This kid's got life figured out already at 6. I met sea lions. I met giraffes. I saw an African porcupine. It's the summertime. When you're not watching DBL, you need to be here at the Denver Zoo. That's where I'm going to be.
Oh, crushing the zoo.
Loving the zoo. And
I
it's
love
like,
it.
it's so great for adults too. Like you can get a beer there, let your kids run around, hang out with your spouse or whoever you're out with. It's a good time.
Listen, and if you go and get a beer, buy the cup, because then if you bring it back, you get a discount on your beer.
I like the way you think,
And there's
Schroeder.
great animals at the zoo.
Oh yeah, there's animals there too. No, I love
we look at the zoo like a bar with the animals.
That would be awesome.
That would be cool.
All right, today is National Selfie Day, and McDonald's is celebrating in a strange way. Erica, you have this trending story coming in hot.
That's right. In honor of National Selfie Day, McDonald's is giving away the Fryless. It's a golden stylus for your smartphone that looks just like a French fry. You have to buy a McDonald's Quarter Pounder today in order to get one, but the Fryless is perfect for capturing a selfie if you have greasy fingers, you know, after eating your burger and fries. Obviously, we had to get our hands on the Fryless, so I'm just going to take a selfie real quick. Okay.
It doesn't work.
It does work.
There you go.
It does not
I don't
work.
think Erica's phone is on.
It worked. It worked.
I think there's just candy in there. There's not. Is that a real phone?
It's just a yellow sticker.
Selfie day.
Okay.
I feel like Erica's one of those people that cannot take a bad picture.
Yeah.
Like, how you
that's
took that
so
picture with a
sweet.
French
Look at
fry.
that one, because it's terrible.
That's a good one.
You took a picture with a French fry. Coming up on Daily Blast Live, forget retirement. A 71-year-old decided to go back to law school instead. He reveals why in our DBL Spotlight. You don't want to miss it. It's next.
Hey guys, it's Brooklyn, the DBL Digital team. This one's on delish.com. It's trending like crazy right now. People love their chicken and waffles. That's a total brunch item that everyone wants to get their hands on every Saturday and Sunday. But KFC is finally jumping on the bandwagon, and they are making chicken and waffles to sell in their restaurants. The problem with this is they're only selecting a few cities to test it out in North Carolina and South Carolina. So if you're in those states, lucky you get to try this. They're only about $5. I imagine it doesn't look as good as this picture. I'm just gonna throw that out there. But yeah, so if it goes well and people love this, they will be expanding to other cities. So we'll just have to see. DBL Nation, would you eat chicken and waffles from KFC? I don't know, I like their chicken, so maybe. Joe, what's going on with you?
Yes, this is a story I think a lot of people will love. This is trending right now on TechCrunch.com. We all love Instagram, a lot of us use it, but one of the most irritating things about it is that it only lets you upload 1-minute video of content, and I know it's hard for a lot of people. So they just announced they're testing out something called IGTV, which will allow users to upload content that's up to 60 minutes. So you no longer have to worry about capping your video off at 1 minute. This article goes into a lot of detail about the actual app. Again, it's called IGTV. A lot of content creators were meeting this week to talk about it. It's still in the works, but it sounds like it's supposed to be rolling out soon. Right now, they're letting certain people test it out, some celebrities and some users who have a large following on Instagram. But this is pretty cool. These are some screenshots of what it will look like. It's pretty similar to uploading a video, but now you just get more time. You can select the cover. Instagram is declining to comment exactly when this will take place, but we do know it will happen, so check it out on TechCrunch.com.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live. Today we are shining the DBL spotlight on having a successful career at any age. It's a good one. Take a look.
Most of us can't wait for the day that we can kick back and enjoy retirement, but not John Van Buskirk. While in his late 60s, John thought about all the things he wanted to do in his life, and topping his list was going to law school. Now 71 years old, John just graduated law school, and on top of that has 800 hours of pro bono work under his belt. There is no slowing down for John. The new Dallas attorney is just getting started, and wouldn't have it any other way.
John Van Buskirk, I am so honored to have you on. Join us now. John, tell me, why did you apply to the University of North Texas Dallas College of Law when you were at your age?
I had always wanted to go to law school, and UNT Dallas College of Law has a mission to be able to make law accessible to folks who otherwise would not have access to the law.
What was your schedule like while in law school? Were you like a 1L, a 2L, a 3L? Was it normal? What was it like?
I'm not sure anything is normal when you're in law school, but I did 5 internships during law school. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would go to help with the Dallas Volunteer Attorney Program, legal clinics, the pro bono work.
You really did log more than the requirements, hundreds of volunteer hours. Why was this pro bono work important to you, John?
So when we walked in on day one, there was no law review. There were no organizations to join. And it seemed to me like doing some pro bono work would be a very good start. I had one lady come up and hug me 4 times at the law clinic just because I was the first person who had listened to her.
Oh my gosh, wow. That is so touching, because when you know the law, you have power, and so it's amazing that you give that to someone else. What do you tell your friends who are golfing and fishing about why you're not relaxing during your retirement?
I just say different strokes for different folks. If I'm going to get up at 4:30 every day, it's not going to be to go drown worms. I want to be able to go actually accomplish something.
Wow. Any beer pong with anyone? No beer pong?
I don't think I have to answer that question without another attorney present.
You're amazing. So what's next for you, John, with your law degree? Where would you like to go?
My ideal job in law would either be working for public interest law, like with Legal Aid or Catholic Charities or something like that, to, again, just continue making law accessible.
And great job on doing wonderful pro bono work. We need more people like you. Mazel tov. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Great job, Tori.
Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Promotional consideration is brought to you by...
Check this out, guys. Nicholas Little, who is an awesome fan and DBL Nation viewer. Nicholas Little is, his mom's a little ill, but what's so interesting is right before she got sick.
Yeah, it's all going to be in prompter for this one.
Okay.
That's about a minute.
So,
you'll take it over after.
His pit bull noticed and sort of was, he's not trained to do that, but noticed something was about to go wrong. They got her on the ground. She had problem seizures. He's saying it right here. We want to give our love and respect to Nicholas, but also we want to give a shout out. A little girl's service dog letter went viral 2 days ago. She fell down and tripped. Her service dog is trained to see if she has epilepsy and went to another person because they are supposed to do that, indicate, come with me, someone, my owner needs help. The woman she went to, the dog, she batted the dog away, bad dog, bad dog. And what she did is she wrote a letter, this little girl, that said, if you're anywhere in a public place and a service dog approaches you, they're doing it for a reason. Pay attention and follow the service dog. They will bring you back to the person that's ill. So I just want to give a shout out. It went viral. It was shared over 200,000 times. So if you're ever anywhere and a service dog walks up without an owner, something's wrong and they are trying to indicate to you, come with me. So it's important you guys know that.
Life Lassie.
Yeah, it really is. And so if they, usually it's for a diabetic, for insulin. If they have low blood sugar, they can smell it.
Yeah.
Epilepsy, they can smell a seizure coming. Heart attacks, things like that. Be very wary of service. Absolutely. Cancer, some dogs can detect cancer.
That's amazing.
So if you see a service dog approach you, take it seriously, follow the dog. Much love, Nicholas.
Yes.
Welcome back to Daily Blast Live.
Jeff, I hear you have a surprise for us.
I do indeed, Erica.
Oh.
That was well played.
That was well played.
Do you guys remember when the two-man crew went to the Bacon and Beer Festival and brewed our own brew?
Yes.
Called Sexy Chocolate?
Yes.
Take a look.
Hey, you guys want to help us brew some beer?
Yeah.
There's one problem, though.
What?
To brew good beer, you have to have a beard. You got to put the beards on.
All right.
So our mash is done. We've extracted all our sugars. We're going to take this. We're going to get into our boil kettle. We're going to add a bunch of ingredients.
And then in a month, it's going to hit stores near you. Well,
Oh my
Sexy
God.
Chocolate Such a good actor. Sexy Chocolate has spent the last month
You look ridiculous.
It's been fermenting for a month, and here it is.
Oh.
There it is, Sexy Chocolate.
Yes.
Could you get it close on that?
Yes, and thank you to Beer Fight Club. They were amazing. We're looking forward.
You look ridiculous.
I think I'm.
Yeah, Beer Fight Club, 2-man brew, Sexy Chocolate, 816 brewing, only 5 gallons.
Yay!
That's it. And that's how we do Thursday with beers.